We live? We are live. Oh my god. Sorry we're running late. Gizzard was all showing us the bird. Took us a little while. My bad.
Bird is the word.
That is a word. Yes. Yes it is. Now, thank you for stopping in. This is the closer. Yeah. Running a little bit late tonight. I apologize. Little dude was not feeling well tonight. We ended up taking him out to get him checked out. He was having some not feeling well. He's having some issues with his breathing. So went and got him breathing treatment. He's at home. We're at home. He's sleeping pretty good now. So hopefully he'll be good. Have a good night's sleep. I think he'll wake up in the morning, get some medicine, be feeling better hopefully. So I did send links out. The first links I sent out were wonky somehow. Giz said they looked like they were missing a period in between Hangouts and .com or something like that.
Hangouts and Google.
And Google. So if you got a link and it didn't work and you want another one, let me know. There is also a link for Hangouts out in the Gun Channels chat, right in the chat there. So if you want to use it, get over there and use it. If you're a Gun Channels member, you're okay with me. So give it a rip there. Seven Wonders said he got the notification really late. No, you didn't. We actually started really late. Snowy wants a new one. We'll get you one, Snowy. So let's go through the room here. Who do we got first over there? Giz, why don't you go first? What's going on, buddy?
Man, I'll tell you what, after the weekend I've had, this is pretty much a highlight of my weekend is being here on this chat. Or at least I won't have to sit in a dentist chair. This is better than sitting in a dentist chair.
Dude, I could have never heard.
Definitely tell you that much. Thanks for the invite, sir.
No, absolutely. Gee, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you.
Yep, I feel like Gary's right because they would put you out for that. You don't even have to be a week for that.
They should put you out for it.
You come up feeling the same, just on the wrong end.
Yeah, I know, man. I know when I had my wisdom teeth out, I had all four at once, man. I was wiped out, man. I was miserable. Night Strike, what's going on? I hear GunTube is kicking ass and taking names.
It is, but that's because I still have all my wisdom teeth because they came in straight.
That's the only thing straight about you, buddy.
Well, no, it just shows that I have wisdom where you don't.
I had too much, so they had to get rid of some.
And yes, I know, Night Strike, being a wise ass doesn't necessarily make you wise, but I'm still going to hold on to it.
Well, my problem was I had too much wisdom. They probably should have taken one tooth out. They took all four, so now I'm stupid again.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I've been working on a few things today, trying to get GunTube up and running and working again. I don't know why things weren't working before, but I fixed everything. Everything freaking works. And regardless of what people say, GunTube is not hosted on an AOL server as much as people want to say that.
That's fine. We won't make fun of GunTube. That's not something we do here.
AOL servers were massive. You got yours on some rickety CompuServe dial-up.
Don't make me out you, Gene. I will out you. Everyone will know.
Oh man, dude, I remember that shit. Oh,
Pop in that CD-ROM and get that free 1 hour a week. Yeah.
Yep. Getting the new the new DVD, the new CDs in the mail. Oh man.
Remember they had Kmart internet, blue light internet for a while there back in the late 90s?
I don't remember that.
I remember that.
They gave you free internet. You got free internet all the time. They had a local dial-up number for you, and then eventually it got to the point where it was like 3 hours a week or 5 hours a week, and then it cut down to like 1 hour a week, and then they tried to sell you on a subscription.
Yeah, and then Net Zero came out, and I just used Net Zero.
Oh, Net Zero that was totally free, wasn't it?
It was totally
I missed Net Zero.
All they did was require you to just click on a couple ads every hour or so, and that was it.
Yep.
You know what? I dealt with that because at that point in time, it's either AOL or Net Zero.
Patriot snuck in there. I guess your link worked, buddy. What's going on, man?
I thank you for the second link, and I did use AOL.
Where are you in the blind challenge? How many you got?
They're the early 30s, I think, 33, 34 or so.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so. I've got a couple in there, and I don't know. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's good. I'm glad I'm having a hard time keeping track. So
Mhm.
keep 'em
Absolutely.
coming.
It's like the restaurant business. If you're not busy, you're not making money. If you're not stressed out, it doesn't seem to be, things aren't going that well. Very cool. Rich, what's going on, man? How was the show today? I got to listen to about 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, we were just talking about random nonsense. So, the usual.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Roll
go.
call. What's happening?
Hi. So,
Roll call.
Hello.
How's life? How's the gun world? The gun selling world?
Very, very slow right now. Very, very slow. Everybody's backing off again. So
Mhm.
we'll have to see what waits. Hunting is doing good. Hunting season for rifles and firearms is November 17th. So that might pick back up. But handguns, shotguns, like tactical kind of stuff like that, it's very, very slow.
The place you work at, it's not just a gun shop, right? They do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, they sell, like, if you have farm equipment, you can get parts for it. Feed for
Sure.
chickens and horses, and
Oh, there you go, Gary.
you can get a little bit of everything there, even a little bit of food.
Cool.
Midnight knew that because he orders a lot of his
You
stuff
can-
from the restaurant there.
It's pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. You just get that chicken feed, just turn it into like our risotto or something like that. It's nothing wrong. Nobody knows. Shh, don't tell.
I know that. That's where I get my mealworms for my salad.
Yeah, me too. Snowy, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Not a whole lot. Thanks for having me. I did break 100 subs on YouTube tonight, so that's awesome.
This guy thinks he's all cool and shit.
Oh, that's the barrier. Now you're on their radar. You're gonna get.
Time for a giveaway.
You're screwed now.
Yeah, with my luck, I'm gonna get a strike like Clover did. Hey.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, I'm sure.
That's great.
yeah, just don't talk about the pod beans and you'll be okay.
The pod beans. We do edamame at the restaurant. Those are beans in pods. So I'm
What about
probably
your
in trouble
mame?
too. Mm-hmm.
What about your mom, man?
Yo mama. Edamama.
Edamame.
Hola, Mr. Senior P11s. Que
Hola,
pasta.
chicos. Nada mucho,
Que
gracias.
pasta.
Que pasta, spaghettis. Hey, man, I'm doing all right, man. I appreciate the invite. Cheap plug as usual. Check me out over on gunchannels.com, Caliber Corner, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time. Good stuff, man. We got another podcast lined up for this Saturday coming up. And check out my channel, Travis P11, on YouTube, and then also on gunchannels.com.
What are you doing this week? I did see you put it out, but what are you doing this week?
The new topics for this week that are coming up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh man, I got to check and see. I did it this morning when I was still waking up. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I saw it pop up, but I don't remember.
I posted it right before we went on the road. It should be up there
again.
Exactly.
Cool.
They were viewer requested topics. I know that. Yeah, it's gonna take me a second. I'll get back to you guys on that in a second. All right.
Well, let's see who was out there into Chisel chat. A bunch of people out there. Obnoxious was first, but he got timed out, so it don't count. So Travis P11, you were first. Congratulations. Warsaw is out there. Jorge, Scott P79. He put a video out today, I saw. Or did a little live stream. Grim YP's out there.
Make your viewers compete for who shows up first.
Yep.
Not showing up.
Yep. And whoever shows up first, if I don't like them, then they get timed out, and whoever was second was actually first. But and I mean, that's just how it is. That's my show. I do what I want.
Tyrannical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's brutal in here. It's brutal. It's like Mad Max Thunderdome, but with more Tina Turner. Budget. What's going on out there? Patriots out there in there. Snowy. Einstein. Gunsnob. Gunsnob, you should have a link Mad Sexy, Obnoxious. If you want a link, you can't have one. Let's see. D-Temps out there. Seven Wonders. How you doing, buddy? I think this is the first time I've seen you in chat. I know we've talked in other people's chats, though. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, and I'll pre-apologize for the poor production of this show. G-Webs. Revolver's out there. Revolver, your new avatar creeps me out, bro. Jumpy. Ape's out there. Ape, you got a link. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'll shoot you another one. Double T, Son of Anarchy's out there. Very cool. Good crowd.
Yeah, I got those
Ozzy's
topics real
out
quick
there.
if you're curious, whenever you're ready.
No, I'm curious. Everybody says I'm curious. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, so Caliber Corner number 65. What if we, as in the 2A community, loses in terms of elections? Talking about a worst case scenario. We're also going to talk about 450 Bushmaster in depth, and then also best ever gear, stuff that we bought that has proven the test of time. Doesn't necessarily have to be the most expensive, but just good stuff to have as a gun owner. Could be anything. So that should be a pretty good discussion. So that's what we got lined up for Saturday.
Cool.
Yep.
Mad Sexy says, I told Calaveras I would only join his till he gets bigger. Oh, is that the key? Mad Sexy's the one that is bumping up channels. I didn't know that. G, you wanted to say something. What's up, buddy? Hey, 2 Live.
We don't need another.
See, more Tina Turner. You just can't. I mean, what more do you want? You know,
Tina Turner. I want some Ike. Bring back some Ike Turner. That's what we need.
Ooh.
More Ike.
You know what's love got to do with it?
It's just a secondhand emotion, you know. I mean, what's
Oh
love
my
got to
God.
do with it?
Sure.
I mean,
Okay,
who needs
so
a heart? Who needs a heart when heart can be broken? You know.
Exactly.
So
God.
how long was Matt's chat when you guys did that night? Like 3 hours? You did 3
Oh,
hours
God.
of that or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like another hour or so. It just we went on and on and on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Halfway through, they thought they had finally gone through all of them, but I brought it back with the Rickroll.
Man. Yep.
Good stuff. Yeah, that was a funny one. I can't believe he did. That was flirting with disaster back in the day. That was before he got his big strike. Yeah.
Everybody loved that.
Yeah.
Everybody loved that.
Yeah. Clover wants a link.
Well, we weren't exactly playing music. We were singing it. I mean, that's different. It's not. It's one thing to sing it versus.
We weren't even really singing it. We were just
quoting lyrics.
We were responding with a title.
Yep.
Should we send Clover a link? That guy's kind of a troublemaker. I mean, he did get
struck.
Dude, we need that. That's what we need right now.
Yeah.
We need to get him over here so we can let people know about how awesome GunTube is going to be now that we got the live stream stuff figured out.
We were talking earlier today.
Yeah.
He was testing it a little bit, so there's a video of him testing it. So
imagine
video
all
of
that
his
stuff YouTube
testes?
doesn't want you to see. Yep. Testes
That's
want
no
you
good. You can't show that on YouTube. That's for sure.
No.
What you can on GunTube.
Obnoxious is saying hello to me. He's saying hi. He says the better Travis, and that's me.
Oh wait, what? Huh? What?
wait a minute, something's not right.
I can whip up some good Pop-Tarts and Easy Mac. Don't you be talking smack about me, boy.
You know, I will say that I did during the pre-chat. Obviously we weren't live, but I had to go up and switch some laundry, a little bit of Mr. Mom action, and G said, "Grab me a cream soda." So I that sounds delicious. So I grabbed a cream soda, and Gizzard said, "Get some popcorn." So I got some popcorn too. So if anybody wants a snack, you let me know, and I'll pass you one over.
I never did get my cream soda.
It's right here.
Where's the Slim Jim?
I'll drink some for you. All out of Slim Jim. Sorry.
G-Webs, did you ever get over to Dollar Tree to go look for the tasty cakes?
Dude, I've
The
been to
Dollar Tree store, G-Webs.
been to like 3 Dollar Trees.
Oh my God, nothing?
No, they
And I'm
either
out in the
have,
middle of nowhere and I have access to this stuff? This is crazy. I better ship them to you now. I'm gonna send you a case.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what we got to do. A case. Holy shit.
13 states. I haven't looked in every single state.
Oh
but
my
I've-
God. All right, we'll send you, now that it's fall, we can send this stuff without worrying about it melting before it gets to you. So I think we'll do that here pretty soon.
Yeah, I was going to say,
We'll send him a tasty
send him
cake
one.
care package.
I'll send one to him and one to Clover.
Sure, the
Probably
gift of
not worth
diabetes.
it. Yeah,
Sure,
I'll
the gift
keep-
of diabetes.
I'll keep looking. If I can't, or like we all meet up or something, maybe. But don't bother.
Yeah, ship them down to Tulsa.
No, send him down to G. Don't, regardless of what he says, send him down. He wants it. He just doesn't know yet.
Send them to Night Strike's hotel room so you can refuse them.
No.
Oh.
If it's Tasty Cakes, Night Strike will open the door and take the box and close it.
I was going to say, I bet you he opened that
Tasty
damn door.
Cakes, open the door, Night Strike.
If you say Tasty Cakes, he will open the door. He just said that.
And then we just punch the door and go in there.
See, it's kind of like code word because that's what they used to call him back in high school. So when you say, "Hey, Tasty Cakes," he's like, he thinks you're talking to him already. So you got his attention.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That was your nickname in high school?
No, that was Travis's nickname. Yeah.
No, mine was Meatloaf or pot roast, one of the two.
Pot roast.
Yeah, they were pretty creative bullies I had to deal with. Hey, what's up, Meatloaf? Hey, pot roast. I usually fire something back at him, usually fairly obscene because I
Like a rock.
No, I just I don't know. I'd say, hey, what's your problem, man? You know?
Shut up, casserole.
Yeah. Oh man.
How could you say no to Tasty Cakes such as chocolate
I'm
bells
telling you.
and donuts
Yeah.
without sprinkles even?
Yeah. Get those chocolate pies going on. Good God, those are
Seven.
amazing.
Seven Wonders saying he had cream soda with vodka a little while ago. That does sound pretty slamming. Clover, what's going on, buddy? Give us an update. Are you still in YouTube jail, unfortunately and wrongly?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that guy was going to be in here. Were you about to begin to run criminal?
That's what I said. I asked if we should send him a link because he's a troublemaker, and you didn't speak up, so there he is.
Well, I'm not going to go quietly, but I will say this. Yeah, I did talk to Night Strike earlier, and I've been playing around with a lot of things, and I think MOA Monday tomorrow night may actually be like broadcast across like 6 or 8 different platforms at one time. So,
that's awesome.
Nice.
you know, if we're gonna
Fucking
do
awesome.
it, we're gonna do it upright. You know,
Just blast the internet with Clover Tack, huh?
Go big or go home, baby. That's it. That's
why
it.
not? So
Why not?
it's definitely an opportunity to play with some more stuff. So, you know, sometimes you have to take the lemons and make lemonade and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going without a fight. It's really disheartening. One thing that was really weird, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if I log out, it happens to me. If I go to that video, it says this video has been deleted, and that's all it says. If I log out and go to it, or if somebody else goes to it, and I notice this when like roll call or something posted on Instagram, it says it accuses me of like spamming and scamming and all kinds of crap. Well,
It's illegal.
that's defamation of character without proof.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
illegal.
bullshit.
That's illegal activity they're accusing me of. And it's like,
that's what I said too. Like when it popped up and I saw it, we were actually at the hospital, and I was, they were giving him a little breathing treatment, and
how's he doing?
he
By
was
the way?
feeling, he's doing pretty good.
Good.
He's doing good. Yeah, he got a breathing treatment and some steroids. He's feeling a little bit better. Yeah, he was just it was a respiratory infection, and he was kind of a little dehydrated and just wasn't feeling good. He was throwing up last night, so he kind of got dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's doing better now. So hopefully by tomorrow. I mean, when he went to bed, he was pretty happy. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be feeling good. But I pulled that up and I showed it to the wife, and I was like, "What the hell is this shit? Like that's a harsh message." You know what I mean?
Right.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it just didn't say like against YouTube.
Or this
Policies or
video has
whatever.
been deleted. Yeah.
Right. It was against YouTube policies, which could mean anything, but to say something like that was really pretty harsh. It was kind of uncalled for, I think.
Me and Clover were talking about it earlier, and it literally is libel and slander at the same time.
No, it is kind of weird because and when you start getting into, I mean, they always say like, when your liability lies with loss of income, if you're the kind of person that uses YouTube as an income and they wrongly accuse you of something, especially if they do like what you did and throw out there like, like defamation and stuff, basically, where does it come into play with if you've lost income and you can prove it? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's easily provable.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, bypass super chats. And So yeah, there's been a couple of lawyer buddies that's been contacted and sent screenshots. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, we're not gonna go quietly with it. That's for sure, regardless of what happens.
Yeah, that's a shame. So yeah, we're pulling for you, obviously. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know that there's anybody that puts as much heart into it as you do, and tries to and much care into the shows too.
Well,
So
and across all niches that I've seen get strikes, right? I've never seen anything in the realm of helping creators, talking about how to use platforms, get strikes. I've never seen that. I've seen all kinds of other things. I've seen sports channels, obviously the pot channels, firearm channels, of course. I've even seen hair and makeup stuff. I've never seen anything that was, like I said, social media creator, how to use platform type stuff. Now, that being said, I think what it got caught up in is the people that are out there that and you've seen it all. If you've ever gone to YouTube and you were looking for weird stuff, like well, I say weird stuff, tutorials or something, I guess, on software and things like that. You'll find stuff on like how to hack a Snapchat account or how to get Photoshop for free or something like that, right? And those are all scammer. They have links in the description and links in the video, that you go there and you get a virus and God knows what. And I think that I got caught up in that algorithm. Honestly, I got caught up in not the algorithm, but I got caught up in the identifier somehow, that flag for that kind of stuff. I think that's what's happened. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand. What I don't understand is the appeal getting rejected, because there should have been human eyes on that. And I've even went back and kind of skimmed through over on Gunstreamer, because everything obviously is ported over there, which is a great thing to do, by the way, because if they pull your video, you can always take what little bit of information they give you and then run over there and see if anything matches up. But no, I jumped over there and I'm like, okay, none of this makes any sense at all. So it should be okay if they appeal it. And then I was kind of blindsided when they come back and they said, oh, we stand by our decision. And I'm like, well, that's how, what is the problem?
Right. So. Yeah, it does. It is a little bit disheartening that you get a strike, you appeal it, and you get a generic bullshit answer back that makes you think that.
Well, originally, yeah, and this gives me an opportunity to throw some info out there for people that haven't got strikes before, might not be paying attention. Like I said, first of all, make sure you have backups. So Gunstreamer is a great place to do that. YouTube, if you're not doing gun-related content, then YouTube's a great place to do that, because that gives you an archive of everything, right? The title, the description, the tags, the whole nine.
This is true.
You can go back and look at that. So first of all, that. Second of all, be really mindful, because the people that complain about their strikes, they post one of two things. They either post the email that they get before they appeal, or they post the decision after the appeal. Neither one of those really give you any context of why you got striked in the first place. So, and I'm saying strike so much, not strikes, brains fixing to explode. But anyway,
no, I'm not.
Once you get that initial strike and you log in or you go to your YouTube, there will be a pop-up screen. Screenshot that immediately, because if you click on it, whatever, it goes away. Inside that will be some type of info, usually, that you can kind of use to see if something's wrong. And the reason I tell you this is because I had said a few weeks back, but I had a video get deleted, and come to find out, it was legitimately deleted. They didn't strike me for it, which was great, I guess, back then. But I had a link in the description that could be easily construed as violating policy. So, and I read that and I was like, okay. So then I jumped over to Gunstreamer, obviously, and checked it out. And I'm like, oh, snap. I guess I missed that. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, not even any sense. I'll appeal it, but there's not really any sense in appealing it because they're gonna come back. They're gonna kick it back, I'm sure. And of course they did. And I was okay with that because it's like, okay, my bad. This situation, yeah, I don't get it. It's it's weird.
It's kind of annoying that they won't give you specifics on it either when they do view your appeal on what specifically violated it, because how are you supposed to know in the future what the hell to avoid doing when you can't find what you actually violated the terms on as is?
Right. Yeah. And that's been a complaint for a long time. The whole 90-day suspension thing, even Facebook. I mean, Facebook, you get anywhere from a 3 to a 30-day basically timeout. And 30 days is after multiple offenses. And then YouTube is 90 days right out of the box. I mean, bam, whether it's right, wrong, you're falsely accused, whatever.
It's straight to the
90
federal
days.
pen, man.
Yeah, and it's like,
Basically,
come on, give somebody a chance to, correct it, and depending on I think it should depend on, especially in appeal, right? It should depend on maybe human review as to what type of penalty occurs. Obviously, if it's calling for violence or if it's graphic in nature, or it's something really egregious, but something like you dropped a link in there, or especially if it was an older video that predated whatever policy it's supposedly violated or something, then there should be, okay, we're going to suspend you for 3 days. Get this crap fixed.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, a level of escalation, not automatically 90 days and you're out.
Right.
You know what's been crazy for me is I'll have videos that get changed over to limited or no ads. And so then I will file an appeal, like you just request a manual review. I've done that. A couple hours later, it goes back to regular monetization. And then like 3 months later, I'll get a thing from YouTube that says, oh, we just want to let you know that your video has been approved for regular ads. I'm like, wait a minute, what? It was the same day. It's like now I'm getting these notices that are like 2 months old. So I don't know what's going on. They must be using some old school.
Yeah, the whole limited ads thing and all of that.
Oh my God, it's
as
ridiculous.
long as it's not gray, completely demonetized, the whole limited no ads. Who freaking knows with that? You can actually go in. I can guarantee you, anybody that's listening that has a channel can go into their channel now. They can sort their videos by limited or no ads, and you will have things that show up in that list that are green and monetized. They show green and monetized, but if you sort your videos by limited, they're still there.
I put in requests for videos that had a lot of that had over the minimum of 1,000 views, 15, 20,000 views, and they don't check them. I've been waiting for a year for some of these to get approved.
Yeah,
and then I get approved for ones that were already,
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about.
Oh no, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Still
green ones that show up, so it doesn't make any sense. Are they limited or are they not limited? And if they're not limited, either way, why are they showing up? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me at all.
It's flawed. The whole thing. I mean,
we get
that. What does that tell us? That tells us that we have to. I'm gonna harness my inner G webs here, but that tells us we have to diversify not only our revenue streams, but we also have to diversify across platforms. We have to. And not as creators, but I'm talking to the however many that's out there, 20 some odd that's out there, but as viewers too. We have to diversify across platforms. If you enjoy the content from somebody, go find their website, because if they're serious, they've got some kind of website up, obviously, and follow them elsewhere. That's what you're going to have to do. We live in that world, unfortunately. At least temporarily, right? At least temporarily.
We're taking this chat over. So it's not, unfortunately. It's you guys that are waking up from being YouTube centric. You guys hang out with people from YouTube and your audiences are YouTube centric. There's a whole bunch of people that don't care at all about YouTube. In fact, they'd probably turn their nose up if you offered them something from the YouTube platform, but they're watching YouTube videos every single day. So there's people that don't go onto any social media platform, but they're constantly on the web, right? Searching around, fumbling around because they don't seek out assistance from other people. They're just fumbling around out there. So we talk about this pie every once in a while of viewers. We don't. It depends on what your.
Can we call it a pizza since we hijacked the chat? Can we at least call it a pizza?
That's a good idea. It's a pizza pie.
Yeah.
And Yeah, exactly. There's calzones out there. There's shitty Pizza Hut pizza. You know, sure, we all like the Chicago style thick, juicy pie, that pizza that's gun channels, but there's all kinds of other shitty versions of pie out there on the internet. So I'm just saying that I mean, it sucks that it's happened to you or whatever, but like you say, this is something that it's frustrating to try to change the big aircraft carrier. You know, we talk about the NRA, it's tough to change what they're doing. They've got their things. YouTube is great. It's a great tool. It does get us access, but then, you know, it's a giant tool. So we can't expect, I mean, you seriously think there's going to be a human being that can watch hours worth of video, even if it's just a 1 hour video, to watch it to see what their robots had a problem with? They have billions of users, right? Millions that participate and consider themselves, you know, using the system to a level where they would like some kind of human interactivity. I bet if not at least hundreds of thousands that are at that level. And again, that would be a massive, massive undertaking to have a human being go through. And even, I can't even imagine, even if the human had some sort of a tab or a, you know, next or something, some kind of a search that it could take you to all the different parts that the robot had, then have to rewind a little bit, watch a little bit. There's no way they're going to know your content, right? So they're going to have to determine it from that video. Ugh, who would even want that job? It'd be a tough, weird job.
This is true. It'd be never ending.
So anyway, that's one of the issues with the giant giant platform, is that there's those things, there's those issues with it. So anyway, we should just consider them, you know, aspects, characteristics of that tool. And yeah, there's lots and lots of internet out there, and if there ain't enough, we make some more. The internet, you just make it. Thanks to Al Gore, just add some more tubes.
There you go. Anyway, we were talking about pizza.
Not yet, but we can. No, we definitely what you're dealing with is more important than pizza for sure. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's still a work in progress on figuring it all out too. As far as I'm concerned, we're still early.
So what's the next step for you? I mean, I know smaller channels don't have like a rep, you know. Until when do you get somebody like that? When do you have the ability to?
Well, I've got some recourses. First of all, I've got some lawyer buddies, so that's nice. And I've got those lawyer buddies came from. You got to realize I've already been through similar circumstances with Facebook, and their closing of gun groups and can't buy and sell guns and private groups and that sort of stuff, right? So I've reached out to some contacts there. So the engineer that I know at Facebook not too terribly long ago had a sit down with a bunch of people at YouTube. And through that, he made a contact, and he's attempted to put me at this, like I said, this has all happened pretty much today, and today's Sunday, right? So, but it's working on getting me in contact with his contact within YouTube. So I've got that recourse that I'm working on. Simply all the tagging at YouTube and all this other stuff that everybody has been so great out there to do. I mean, that certainly brings attention to it too. Couple that with a couple of the bigger creator helpers and stuff on YouTube that I've reached out to that are kind of working on it as well, sort of behind the scenes. And then, like I said, a few lawyer buddies that I've contacted. I expect to hear back from them maybe in the next few days. So, you know, as far as nothing's going to happen immediately, I mean, regardless, I mean, this is going to take a few days to get fixed. And people that have gotten strikes before and been able to, and lost the appeals and then have been able to get them reversed. I mean, that's nomenclature. I mean, it takes days, right? So nothing's going to happen overnight. Meanwhile, we're on the heels of Monday Chat tomorrow at the very least. You know, I've got a B channel. And then, like I said, I've got access to now with Caster, which Night Strike turned me on to, and playing around with it and actually talking to support tonight through Caster. I've been on the last hour or so signing up for different video hosting platforms that Caster can broadcast to. So my plan is to literally, if I'm broadcasting or recasting or whatever you call it, restreaming through Caster. My plan is to just take this to the next level. If I've got to use something like that, well, then I'm going to do it through a bunch of platforms and see. There may be an untapped resource out there that we don't even know about, right?
Yeah, this is true.
There definitely is. There's too many people on the internet, and YouTube is not the whole internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So by restreaming to eight different platforms, then and I could restream to my B channel even, and that's what's cool is I could stream it to that, but then I'm not pigeonholed into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not broadcasting from that. I can use my OBS and restream to 8 different platforms, including my B channel, right? So it's an opportunity to think big. So I think that's what I'm kind of focused on right now.
Absolutely,
Cool.
I support that.
Night Strike supports it. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
That's a seal of approval.
Right, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants me to have to pay $10 a month to broadcast to GunTube. That's all it is.
Oh snap! It's pay to play. It's like Gun Gals.
Well, to get with the Caster software, and it was the same way with the Restream software I was playing with the other night. In order to be able to do Facebook, and it has to do, Night Strike can explain it from a technical aspect better than I can because I'm still new to the terminology. But with what's required to go to Facebook and GunTube, you have to go with like one step above the free to be able to do 2 of those connections at the same time.
Yeah, but it's still more affordable than the Restream, because Restream is like $20 a month, whereas Caster is only like $9.
Yes, yeah. Right.
For the record, since we are being visited by the criminal element, all my YouTubes are locked away, so he does not have access to them.
Do you have YouTube trigger locks on?
He asked me if I wanted to put him on Podbean, and I said no.
Don't even say the P word.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I know, right? It's like, oh my goodness.
You can talk about bean pods, and you can talk about green beans, and you can talk about pods, like when you ship stuff, the pods thing where when you move, but you can't talk about that place.
Yeah, Clover will be standing on the street corner by the high school. Hey, come here. Want to try this pod?
You can even talk about Mr. P11 over there.
Edamame bean pods.
There you go.
Edamame bean pods.
Edamame bean pods. There you go.
Oh man.
And then Scott P79. Yeah, I saw that pop up on my phone. He said the Red Sox are the world champions again.
Took him a while.
I think they said it was the 4th or 5th time in 15 years. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
I think you feel like somebody had a question up there.
That's okay, roll call. Maybe next week the Cubs will win.
Stop it. Just.
Hey, they took my Brewers out this year. That sucks.
Oh yeah, Scott was saying, it was actually Scott again. He said Gunstreamer doesn't allow uploads from mobile. You can port over. I use my phone to put everything on Gunstreamer. I'm not sure if that he's having issues with.
It might be something. Yeah, you can try going to the website, view as the.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
And then try it that way.
I've had videos uploaded. I've tried to upload just regular videos to Gunstreamer just through the computer, and it has not worked for me. I don't know why. I'm using the correct format that it'll accept, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to like it. So I don't know what the deal is.
Regularly or like occasionally, or
I just tried doing one last week. It was it was my trigger adjustment video on how to adjust the trigger weight on your Ruger Ranch rifle. I put it over on GunTube and had no trouble with it. And
I see your stuff on Gunstreamer.
Yeah, I don't know if that video would upload, or it was taking forever to upload. It would not, and I got just a 60 megabit per second connection, but that video would not, and that was everything's ported over, everything's embedded from YouTube when I bring videos over there, but this was a straight up upload for the video file on my computer, and it would not go. It took forever, and so I just gave up on it. And
you just hit their firewall that keeps you from killing it like you did with me.
I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy, man. So anyway, yeah.
You know what's crazy?
What's that, man?
Out of all these folks that do gun videos, you know, they pick Clover this time around to give a strike. And I've been ranting and raving for the last couple of months, and nothing's happened to me.
Hey, I've been ranting and raving on Hit or Miss Tuesday nights, 11 o'clock for years, and I still haven't got one.
They pick the nicest guy, and and I swoop under the radar.
Who's teaching us how to keep our stuff on YouTube?
Think about it. Think about it. That's really it's really says a lot about me, because they take out the Jedi Master first. That's how the Sith works, right?
Take off the head.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Take out the content, because I don't think that they have robots that are smart enough to interpret content. Because anti-gunners are going to say guns, and they're going to say shootings and everything just as often as we are. So that means they have to be some really, really smart artificial intelligence to understand context of the content, right? So just look at it as numbers. Matt and I have both had, I think I'm on my 4th or 5th now, and Matt's on his 3rd or 4th. And, you know, I've only had live maybe weeks out of the whole, you know, I guess during the trip I had it, but aside from that, I had it for like weeks. I had it for days at a time between strikes. Matt has been the same way. He just basically just got his channel back. He's been using that other channel almost exclusively. So if you look at it, who's got, or what are they looking at? Metrics, right? Numbers, that what they can interpret numbers and trends. And your chats are big. You're doing 3 chats a week. You're bringing in 100+ people watching.
Yeah,
so
on the radar. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it's a traffic thing, and if there is any kind of tinfoil hat, like, you know, let's manicure, let's not just shrink, but let's manicure, let's shrink the pieces intentionally that we want to get rid of, right? So we'll prune with intent, so that we create about, you know, room for the stuff that we'd rather see here. Then they might say, you know, this guy's in a category, he says guns enough times. They looked at it, they see a gun in your hand, you're not anti-gun, bloop.
Roll call, we got a question out there for you. How many new gun owners have you helped out with their first gun? How many new guns have you? How many people that have never been a gun owner have you sold guns to?
People that first time gun owners, I believe that's the question, right? First time gun owners. Dude walks in and says, I got my concealed and carry permit, I need a gun. I would say about 1.5 handfuls. If that makes sense.
What's a handful? 5?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That seems like, honestly, you haven't been there all that long. I didn't think it would be. I mean, you're talking like 7 or 8 people. I didn't think it would be that many. I don't know how many guys you have working there either, though.
There's only 3 of us, though.
That's awesome.
But it seems, and they've kind of, you know, hinted around. They're like, yeah, you're getting a lot of new time gun owners or first time gun owners, and you know, people that, you know, oh, this will be my second gun. And you know, I try to explain it the best I can, and I explain my spiel that I do every time I sell a gun to a new gun owner, because this lady came in, and I suggested the Smith & Wesson, the easy slide, and we talked about it. And the guy looks at me, and he's like, "Ma'am, he's exactly right. He knows what he's talking about." And I kind of want to be like, "Don't watch my YouTube shit." and you know, I felt good. You know, I think I'm doing a good service. I mean, I don't get paid shit, and for me to be like explain something to somebody so new and so I don't want to say vulnerable, but so fresh to the gun community. Yeah. I mean, it feels good. It feels good inside. And it feels better than what I did, the last 6 years of my life to the last 10 years of my life. It feels like I'm really impacting the community around me, not necessarily on YouTube or a gun stream or a gun tube, but around me, my community, and getting people ready to take that next level and to understand that, look, I was robbed at gunpoint. It took the cops 9.5 minutes to get to me, and I didn't have a gun on me. So could I have changed that situation or not? Now I can explain to people, this is why you should have a gun. This is why, you don't have to call 911 right out the get-go. You can actually do something for yourself. And you can actually protect yourself, your family, and all the shit you've worked hard for in your life. And I honestly believe that. And I think I'm doing a good thing.
I think the more the more people for our sake too, current gun owners, I think the more people that work in gun shops that are unbiased, honest gun guys, the better. When somebody comes in there looking for a gun, if it's their first one or their 10th one, and they're looking for advice or they're looking for information, the dude that takes care of them behind the counter, having somebody that's, like I said, unbiased and doesn't have any kind of motive, doesn't like, oh man, I got to move Glocks this week. We're supposed to move. I got an extra, this or that in the back.
Is this a dig at Ellis? I get it.
Yeah. As if this is, okay, let's say CZs. Okay. Somebody ordered a CZ and then couldn't pay for it, so we got an extra CZ in the back. We got to move that damn thing. So the next guy that comes in, we're going to push CZs on him like crazy. It's like that in a lot of sales. It's I hate that. I hate feeling like somebody's trying to push me towards something for any reason other than my best interest. So yeah, I appreciate that. You in there and be an honest dude. It's very cool.
Yeah, I try not to push certain types of guns on people. I let them put it in their hand. I let them try and rack the slide. If they can't put the gun in battery, I'm not going to sell them that gun. I don't care if it's a $1,000 gun. I sold one of those FN 509 tacticals, and I told the kid, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to carry this gun." I'm like, "But you have a CZ P10C right there. That's just as capable. You have a Glock right there." I'm like, "You don't necessarily need that gun to carry." And he's like, "Well, I want this gun." I said, "Well, give me your license." I'm not gonna browbeat people to buy certain guns. That's what they like. That's what they like. It is what it is.
Question from the chat.
Oh, okay. I guess you care about more app than you do your own panel. I see how it is.
Well, I was going to talk about budgets. Comment. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I don't know. Are you talking about the ones that I posted inside of here that you've been ignoring?
I'm sorry. Roll call was talking. He's a guest too.
As if these things are from like 5-10 minutes ago. Anyway, so I was going to say this. You guys always talk to people who work at these gun shops. This guy, the other guy, and you always come from the point of view of somebody's coming in like for the first time never buying a gun. So let me ask roll call this. You've been there for a few weeks now? Longer than that?
Yeah, about 2.5 months.
Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing, I don't know how big your shop is, number of guns wise. You have an idea, number of guns out on the show floor? Not all together, out on the floor.
Close to 100, maybe a little over.
Okay, so that's how we usually judge the size of a gun shop, how many guns they got out on the show floor, right? So I'm guessing in a shop like that one, you probably get 60% dudes that are like trolling your store, whatever you want to call it, like basically trolling, looking for what you got new, your consignments, something you priced down, something you found in the back. And those are the people that are buying most of your guns, right? It's not like new people coming in off the street are a majority of your gun sales.
It's about 50-50, my friend.
Okay,
About
so
50-50.
So 50-50. So half the time he's selling his third, fourth, seventh, under 20th gun. I mean, sometimes people are just like, yeah, what do you got today that's fresh? Like, what do I don't own yet kind of stuff. Like, there's people come in that are in all different kind of situations besides just like, I've never seen a gun before. Golly gee, what do I buy, guy?
What was this like back in the 30s?
Nah, see?
That's what I feel like, yeah. And then he, exactly. Like, well, you don't want to buy a bomb.
So you're talking about the more Danos or the bombs, right?
I'm talking about how hard it would have been to sell a CZ back then. Like, hey, you want to buy a CZ, eh? You want to buy a CZ, see?
That's Smith & Wesson was swell.
What's that? No, a CZ, see? No.
CZ. What's a CZC?
But anyway, it was pretty fun. I knew guys, we should talk about that sometime. I knew guys that would come in. That would buy guns that wouldn't even open the gun. They'd look at they didn't even give a shit if we showed them the gun or not. They were buying the gun because they seen it in American Rifleman, and it was worth $1,000, and they're putting it in a safe. I knew a guy with 3 or 4 safes and like 5 motorcycles and 2 cars in his garages, and we helped them install safes more than once. And he would buy guns. They would just go in there, never even opened them. They were just investments, period investments, right?
Yep.
That didn't give a crap what they were. They were worth money. Somebody, I don't know, he had some eye. He'd buy like a Python if he's seen a Python. Like this guy would just buy whatever. Like when FNs came out, he bought 2 PS90s. They just went into the safes. Buy another safe when you run out of room. Then there's people that'll the other way, like, oh, it was on American Rifleman, I'm buying it. Like, they don't need it. They're not carrying it. Maybe they are, but you know what I mean? They're just buying every gun that comes on American Rifleman or fill in the blank magazine. And then there's guys that are maybe on their pensions or who knows what, where they get a dollar amount every month to play with. Their wife gives them an allowance or whatever. So there's tons of guys that would come into the shop. Now our shop was like more like 400 to 600 guns. So it was a little bit bigger shop, and Bob would buy, it was probably 60% used in consignment. So it was not quite like a pawn shop because we were all guns, but it was a lot more fun than just your standard shop with like Glocks and Stigs and CZs and whatever's hot, whatever's moving. Because there's no money in guns, right? The money's in the holsters and stuff. So most people just want to get you in with whatever gun they can get you in and make a couple of bucks on the gun and then send you some holsters and some gunsmithing. But anyway, so we would get a lot of people in that were just, like I say, they were just buying guns because that was something to do. They didn't buy fishing poles and they didn't buy video games. And that was a whole different conversation. Then it's just shoot the shit like we're doing in here and talk them out of buying this other one because this one, they'll buy a gun and be like, I need to buy a tan gun. And then like, what do we need? I need a tan gun this week. Or like, I'm going shooting, I want a green gun.
Yeah, like some of the conversations I have with people, like the most common thing is like, how many guns do you have? You know, and I'm like, I got about 30, 35 guns. And they're like, oh, so you're a collector. You know, that's what pops up in their mind. You're a collector. I'm like, no, each one of my guns that I have, yeah, they're budget. All right. You can kill me on that. That's cool. But they all serve a certain purpose. And that's why I try and tell people, I'm like, make sure you have guns that serve a purpose. You know, it's cool to collect guns that invest. Make sure they serve a purpose. Make sure you take them out and use them. You know, get the right kind of stuff for your safe so they don't just rust away into nothing. I'm like, all my guns serve a purpose in my rotation. I have a summer rotation, I have a fall rotation, and I have a winter rotation of guns. So I try and, you know, edge people towards stuff that, you know, oh, it's hot out, so you might want a pocket carry. So here's a nice Ruger, or there's a Derringer. You know, I try and aim it as you know, those guys do come in there, G-Webs, the collector guys, and especially the old folks. Oh, let me see that Henry. Let me see the golden boy. I gotta have the golden boy with the octagon barrel. I ain't got one of those. And you sell it to them, and it probably sits in their safe.
So, G threw in the internal chat. Budget had made some comments out earlier, and he said, Clovertac, did you mention using YouTube Downloader to get your live stream so you can upload to Podbean? Maybe that's what tripped the algorithm.
Could be, but the policy is pretty clear on as long as the creator is, if nobody is, a user is not allowed to download content and redistribute, blah, 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 blah. But all of that is from the viewer's side. It's not from the licensor side of things, meaning the creator.
And
there's tons of videos on YouTube. That doesn't mean anything, of course, because the algorithm can hit one and not hit any of the other ones. But there's tons of videos on doing that.
Did you say that you do have this on Gunstreamer? It's already copied on Gunstreamer?
Yeah.
Oh, well, give us a link. What the hell?
And then Budget put up here, and this is actually something I thought of too. Do you think they're mad about
even if that's the issue, then why are they saying that I'm promoting illegal activity and accusing me of scamming, spamming, and what was the other term they used? Deceptive
deceiving?
practices. Yeah, deceptive practices. How does that even fall into those categories?
Well, for one thing, has anyone ever seen the pot of gold that he claims are at the end of that rainbow?
All right.
I was about to say that uses his leprechaun charm.
All right.
I mean,
I think I won a drawing of his a couple days ago. So
I'm telling you, those lawn chair pops, they're not all that cracked up.
Oh, geez.
You could let them soak in milk for a while.
Is that what you're supposed to do? I thought you're supposed to, go after them right away.
Then they cut up your mouth.
Yeah, only newbies do that shit.
Well, you know what? I guess I'm a newbie then.
You gotta let that marshmallow get into that milk. So you got that marshmallow milk after you're done eating the cereal.
Right.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
Budget then said, do you think they're mad about people downloading their content from YouTube to post elsewhere? And I kind of thought about that too. Like, I mean, I don't know why they, if they would be, but people are using YouTube for a whole lot of stuff and using it to sort of springboard over onto other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, like Clover said, it's not like he's unique in that. And
there's nothing about it in the policy if it's in the context of the creators. You got to realize that.
And if you're a speeder, you don't get to say to the cop, but other people were speeding, because what the hell?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's not. He's just taking his own video down, and they have a thing in our own button that lets us take it down.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And it may
like
be.
I said, it says, I had the policy. I don't know where it was written. Yeah, it's right here. Here's a copy of the policy, verbatim. This is what it says. It says, you shall not copy, reproduce, distribute, transmit, broadcast, display, sell, license, or otherwise exploit any content for any other purposes without the prior written consent of YouTube or, the word is or, the respective licensors of the content. That means me as a licensor can do whatever the hell I want with that.
Well, I was thinking, like, maybe if you deleted it at the end, like if you were encouraging people to use YouTube's platform, pull the content using this third party, and then delete it. But you weren't. You were just saying, here's how I take my content that I already made on YouTube and left it there. And I take the audio from
and
it.
it's already been on YouTube first. We used YouTube. We used their platform first. You know what I'm saying?
You know that you're taking the audio to put it on another platform to point people back to your own projects, which they're eventually going to go to YouTube. So there's no logic to them saying we don't want people to use us to broadcast to podcasts, because they don't have that policy, and it would make no sense.
Is there?
Oh, here's the. I put the link in the internal. I don't know if it'll go on the YouTube side, and I'm not.
That would be like Night Strike having a policy that says I insist on using like dial-up modems to host my server.
Right.
I do not.
Is there anything in YouTube's policies that say you can't? I'm not sure about this. Let's say you put a video, basically like a commercial for other platforms. Like, let's say you put up a video that says, "Hey, I'm doing a video on this. Come and check it out on Gunstreamer," and you don't actually put any of it on YouTube. Is that against their policies?
There's not. The whole redirecting, no, not really. And the reason I say no, not really, is because the policy with YouTube penalizes you for taking people off of YouTube, right? They penalize you as far as the algorithm and things are concerned. They want session time. They want you to keep people. That's why they're big on the retention time. You know, if you put a link in your video or something too quick and then somebody clicks off and goes to something else, well, you've got a low retention time. And then, of course, that affects your channel velocity and stuff, right? So they've got things in play that incentivize you keeping people on YouTube. Now, if you're taking people away to pages that have the ability to purchase firearms, for example, or things that are restricted, or spam, type stuff, then yeah, I mean, at that point, take them away. But again, there's context around that. And it's like G was saying earlier, how does the AI pick up on context? I mean, it's hard. You have to have, and the YouTube policy is very clear on this. If you go to like the very first page of the, it's either the community guidelines or the terms of service 1, but I want to say it's a community guidelines. If you go to the very first page, and I think it's somewhere around the bottom, it actually talks about the importance of making sure your titles, tags, and descriptions are all relevant. There's relevancy there with the actual content. And why is that? Because the algorithm tries to use that to the best of its ability to frame things within context.
This is probably a stupid question, but I know that you link your website on there. You don't think it could be because you have on your website you have links to influencer stores or anything like that?
No, that would have been the same thing I got hit with the links, the direct links promoting the sale of firearms and ammunition. That would have fallen under that. I've already got hit by that. That's the one I got hit with. They deleted the video, but they didn't strike me. The thing about that, though, the workaround is that's not a direct link. You have to go to my site first, and there's other stuff on the site. It's not going directly to something that sells. So,
mine for doing like the book or whatever, they called that one inciting violence. So like the different realms or whatever of their policies.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah.
Because it wasn't guns, because they would have said violence or they would have said that. Right now, they said trying to cheat or whatever, or make a whatever it said.
Dogbody saying down in gun channels, there are no rules about redirecting to other platforms you use. VidMe, Gab, BitChute, and other platforms have YouTubers that promote their platforms all the time. Okay, so
and Podbean, by the way, has what is the term? Help me out. The API. Podbean has the API that plugs directly into YouTube, so you could essentially upload your podcast to Podbean, click a freaking little button over there, and every time you upload to Podbean, it automatically sucks them into YouTube. Right?
Are you going around?
So they have a relationship already with YouTube.
Are you going around a paid service over there, doing it free?
Paid service over where?
Is there a paid service on Podbean? They have a relationship with YouTube, and the relationship says when somebody tries to short circuit our system and use our stuff without paying for our services, you shut them down. And were you doing something that would be like a way to maneuver around a paid service over there?
No, we were talking. In fact, we talked. Well, I'm sure we talked about that. There's no way. I don't think. In fact, I'm almost 99% sure. I'd have to go back again and look. But I don't think the feature we were talking about was the bulk FTP upload over on Podbean. And I think you have to pay to get that. I don't think that comes with the free version because you can only upload so much with the free version. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the paid for is unlimited.
You're saying that you were talking about an unlimited service, which by default would mean you're paying for the service.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
And we weren't given tips to get around it. There's no way to get around it. If you don't pay for it, you can't utilize that feature.
Did you see what I said in the side there? Privately. Side chat, off air, private. I forgot about that.
Do you think that possibly maybe YouTube is starting to try and think about cracking down on people using YouTube just to promote other platforms, and maybe you're just like the beginning of some collateral damage of that?
No, because they wouldn't be like one guy. It would be 1,000 guys or 100 guys, and we'd hear about it all over the place, right?
Right. I had a guy that's pretty big on the tech side of YouTube that when I reached out to him through Twitter told me that there is issues right now concerning Android and some other stuff and some software piracy stuff going on, and it is causing the algorithm to trigger. That was his response to when I had first brought it to his attention. So there's something, I don't know, there's something going on with, I don't know, maybe using third-party softwares with YouTube, or there's something going on with, like G says, with somebody thinking I'm trying to show somebody how to do something for free when they're supposed to be paying for it, maybe. But again, that's all out of context.
It's just crazy stuff, man. Jesus.
Well, okay, so I've said it a million times, I'll keep saying it, that YouTube is just one thing and it ain't gonna live forever, and it's not, it never was meant to be what people want it to be used for now. So they're just either keeping up or putting, it's like a bad road construction. And they got these damn phones everywhere, and these horses that are taking us back and forth amongst lanes, different painting here and there. And we're using this road because it's the fastest road. As soon as people get sick of using that road, they'll discover all the different options out there on the side roads. So I think it's, number one, it's an opportunity. No one's growing on YouTube. The people that are exploiting YouTube's log algorithms and whatnot are all clicky. So it's not like the pie is getting bigger artificially or through political influence or anything else. So it's a tough fight anyway, and it's never been the only option. But if you've got, I don't know, whatever it is, an hour a day, an hour a week, an hour every once in a while to devote to your projects, then how much time are you going to devote to a platform that's frustrating? And again, it's the largest search engine out there, but big deal. I was just looking at that thing I posted on Instagram or on the front page of Gun Channels the other day about that guy doing this like breakdown of Facebook and how their recent issues. And most little kids, the people that we want to reach, we understand are out there that are the next generation of Second Amendment advocates for us. Those kids don't use Facebook anymore. So why would we be using Facebook? Facebook's like for our age and older and a little bit younger, but people are on the other things, the grams and whatever's next. So why would YouTube be any different? Very few people are watching long videos anymore. It's a lot of this is this live thing. So I think this is an opportunity to get out there and not only find new audiences, but to bring your audiences out to the rest of the internet. And you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of those big channels anyway are a bunch of YouTube being worldwide. We don't ever get to see so many subscribers with a little slash under it, this many in the United States, or this many of voting age. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember it, but I was just remembering once I was looking at the replay there. Gary was in there. Oh, nice.
Probably Gary. Probably had something, Gary.
Like, he's probably yelling and stuff, talking about his alternate platform. They're scared of Night Strike.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say this, Clover, but I was in the chat. We were talking about GunTube. Maybe they struck you because of GunTube.
Ooh.
Well, I did have a video that I did talking about GunTube as an alternate platform to host your gun videos. And I know that video got hit with the limited or no ads marking. Not that it matters, but that happened almost immediately after I posted it. Even though it's taking material off of YouTube, pushing it over to another platform that YouTube doesn't want anyway. I thought that was kind of ironic.
Right. I mean, if we want to do the 338 Nerf Pua videos or the reloading videos or the bump stock videos, YouTube has already stated that they don't want that shit.
Yeah, so me just saying, hey, if you want to watch this stuff, come over here and watch it instead. Well, I guess it's pulling people away from YouTube. That's why they wouldn't like my video. But
they don't want it to exist at all, not just on YouTube. They don't want it to exist.
Yeah, there you go. I believe that, definitely.
I don't believe they have a choice, so they need to get over it.
When you guys post a new video to YouTube, you don't get a little thing that makes you monetize it or not every time?
No, I don't have enough viewers.
Me either.
No,
I do.
You guys that do, because like on my big channel, I can't just post a video anymore. I have to decide every time whether it's monetized. On the little channels that are monetized, I can just post a video and it's defaulted to monetized. But it's like the big channel now, because of my strikes, I suppose. Like I have to tell it each time, like, please monetize me or please don't monetize this.
Mine's just a little slider switch that you click under the monetization tab under editing.
Right, but I mean, normally you can set your presets and it's just set to monetization.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. No, I always check it. I guess I check it manually before I load it. I had no idea you could do that.
Yeah, go to your, about your defaults, your boilerplates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in there you can flip that over and then.
Okay. No idea.
Psycho's asking, is GunStreamer the only alternate platform that has a mobile app? Does YouTube have an app? I mean, they're going to be one eventually.
Yeah, I think it's almost identical to GunStreamer. Well, I don't know if it has an app. I guess I go to the mobile version on my browser, which looks
not have a app. No, they were not. They were in development, and that's when one of the reasons they figured out that's an insurmountable. Just let's get an app real quick, and that's when they merged with GunStreamer, I believe, so that GunStreamer's tech could get involved.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you can go to, wait, are you asking if GunTube has an app, or were they asking if YouTube has an app? Yeah. I don't like how YouTube came along and gave itself a name so close to GunTube.
Well, they were just jealous.
I feel like they were trying to squat. They're like, oh, this guy's going to be the big one, so let's squat right next to it.
Well, it happens.
Anyhow,
Sam,
they asked if it was GunTube or if it was YouTube that had an app.
He was just asking if anybody other than GunTube had one, or GunStreamer had one.
On GunTube, you can just go to your phone and tell your phone in the up, well, at least on an Android, up at the top right of your browser to view as a desktop. And then,
yeah, it works good on. It works fine on Apple too.
Yeah, so you don't need an app. I mean, if you need an app, then just figure out how your browser works, and again, flip it over to desktop view, and it's just like on your computer. It's a little tiny version of your computer, like the future.
GunTube does if you look at it on a mobile, whether it's Apple or it's the Android, it'll show up in minimized form for mobile. But you can also, just as G said, just go into the options and just say view as desktop page, and it'll do that too.
You know what's better about viewing GunTube or gun channels as a desktop view on your regular phone? you get to realize every time you use the sites that way, you're saving everybody thousands and thousands of dollars.
But
You're making money.
I do have a beta app for GunTube, but it's only for Android because I don't have the amount of money to go and get that converted to Android, or not Android, but iOS for iPhones. Because
I don't think the iStore is taking any more gun apps anymore.
Yeah, that's just it. Would I be able to actually get it on there? That's another problem because most of Silicon Valley is pretty much written gun stuff off.
Gunstreamer managed to do it.
Yeah, and they're given credit for credits due type of thing. Like that was not an easy feat, in other words.
But again, to create an app, it costs a lot of money, and I don't have enough money to run GunTube and create an app.
Yeah, I have a friend that started an app. He moved out to Rhode Island and got involved, started a company, and eventually got an app started. And it was a lot. It was a hell of an undertaking. I mean, he definitely had to have quite a few.
Did he recently move to Indiana?
No, he didn't, unfortunately. It was he had to get a couple of pretty big investors to help him out for sure. It took a while. I don't know. It took a year, I think, close to a year to get it till it went live, and that was his full-time thing to get it. It's a very complicated, complex app. It deals with ordering food ordering and stuff like that. So you're dealing with a bunch of restaurant companies and purveyors, and there's a lot of back and forth stuff. Psycho, no, that wasn't Psycho. Who was asking that? Sam of Anarchy was saying he wants a Winchester 94 30-30. He was asking if anybody had one. I don't have a 30-30. I don't have a Winchester 94 especially, but that's what I do want. I will end up with a 30-30 lever action eventually. I'm hoping it's a 94. Do you guys own one? Anybody on here own? Clover, do you own a 94? You have Marlin, right?
I don't own a Winchester lever. I've always been the Marlin.
Yeah, me too. 336 CS.
I wish I owned a lever action.
I only own Winchester. I live in Arizona.
That's what I hunted with. I hunted deer when I was a kid with a Model 94, and I have been trying to weasel my way into it for about 6 months now. It's actually my uncle's. So I'm about third on the list if his kids don't want it, but I'm sure his kids don't want it, so I'm screwed. So I'm on my own. But it's a nice rifle.
Just make up a bunch of lies about things they did when they were little, and he'll bump you up the list.
You deserve it more because you had more time with it.
You remember that Den Defender? Yeah, Junior took it and ran off to the Dairy Queen one, and he never told you about it and said that the dog did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one cousin's out because he was in an accident, so you ain't giving him no guns. It's just maybe I'm second on the list. I don't know. Anybody out in the chat have any questions? I'm scanning through if anybody has anything.
I got a question.
You're not out in the chat. You got to ask it out in the chat or it don't count.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's up?
G-Webs, why was it when I go to gear websites, there's nothing to buy?
He was just on tour.
Good?
He was pretty much shut down.
I had to shut everything off, right? And I don't think I can just turn it back on. Plus, I have to go figure out inventory, and I got the new patches coming, and the decks are already printed, I think. So I don't know when everything's starting to arrive. And I ran out of bags before I left. And my bags don't get here on Monday, so I didn't turn nothing on yet.
Oh, well, I cried a little bit. So thank you for the explanation.
There'll be all kinds of extravaganzas when it goes back on, though, because I'm out of money and I'm going to try to get to Tulsa. So I'm going to see what I can do. Thanks to Yankee and everybody that participated in Yankees thing. Otherwise, I'd be sitting like Rick right now. I've already eaten like MREs and shit. But
start tapping into those prepper supplies we were buying before the election, Mountain House.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, do it.
Jumpy's asking, how long should you brine chicken for? And
Well, that's a transition.
yeah, right, exactly. And is salt and sugar a good brine for meats? Well, when I do a brine on like a turkey, I brine my Thanksgiving turkey for 2 days, and my brine for my turkey is water, salt, brown sugar, fresh herbs, black pepper, and then for the herbs, I usually use parsley, thyme, and sometimes sage, and I'll do that for 2 days. But I'm doing just the breast, and the boneless breast, and the leg and thigh still have the bone in them, so they're not super thick. So 2 days gets it in there pretty good. And for the most part, yeah, whenever you're talking about a brine, it's going to be salt. If it doesn't have salt in it, it's not a brine. And generally, you'll have some sort of sweet. Most of the time, you'll have some sort of sweetness too. The one thing you want to look at too when you're doing like rubs and brines too, if you're doing it with like bacon or anything that's going to be sitting for a long time, if you're going to do a dry rub, is to look into the pink salt. Because that will help with bacteria and stuff like that. Night Strike. Yeah, he says watch the turkey video. Yeah, go back and watch the Thanksgiving video. I want to do one more Thanksgiving video too. I never did I didn't do a stuffing video. So yeah, I want to do a stuffing video and something simple, nothing too crazy.
We all know that Hickok made his fortunes by shooting a pumpkin, like carving a pumpkin with a gun one time and getting on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you get some of that? Is that incendiary ammo that they blow out of a shotgun?
Dragon's breath.
Get some dragon's breath in a turkey
and cook a turkey.
Cook a turkey with a shotgun.
Yeah,
I'll donate Dragon's breath for that.
There you go. Send it on down. I'll tell you what I want to do, because Ghost he mentioned it again this week. He was talking about gel. He was talking about it a few months ago, and I said, you know what I want to do is I want to melt down a whole bunch of gummy bears and shoot into it like it's ballistics gelatin just to see what the hell happens. Like get a big bag of them and just slow melt them on the stove, and they're going to come out all swirly looking colored, and see how it stops. See how much you can penetrate with like something wimpy like a 9mm or something, you know.
Go 380.
That's dangerous. It'll bounce right off and hurt somebody.
It might probably hit me right between the eyes. End up with a 9mm round up my nose. Yeah. Night Strike's asking best way to marinate New York strips. I would say marinate them however you want. Dry rub or wet rub, or wet marinade's cool. One thing that I see people do a lot that I'm not a big fan of is they use really oily marinades.
Yeah, Italian salad dressing is what we grew up on.
Yeah, that's okay for. I like that for. I do like that kind of thing for chicken. Italian dressing is actually really slamming for chicken. We used to use a golden Italian dressing to marinate chicken for like when I worked at the country club, and we used to do golf outings and stuff a lot for like their chicken sandwiches. But you have to be really careful because it flames up like crazy. So for meats, and the hell was it? Ellis? I think it was Ellis one time when we were first on gun channels. He asked me about a prime rib or something. And when I we marinate our filet mignons, and I use the same marinade for lamb. And it's burgundy. And I do burgundy wine, salt, pepper, heavy salt. So it's almost like a brine. Fresh thyme, ginger, garlic, and a little bit of chili flake. And what's really nice is it kind of soaks in, and you don't have to season it afterwards. So you just let it soak in there for 2 or 3 days, and then I'll just wrap them up in plastic wrap individually, so you don't have to use a ton of the marinade, and then cook them to order. Super good. That like wine is really nice. Gives it like kind of a sweet, winey flavor when it cooks.
I was just
Budget's
looking for a good recipe or a good way to, because I've got some New York strip steaks I'm going to make this next week. I just need like a good recipe to marinate them.
Yeah. I've talked about it before. I off the top of my head, I don't know exactly what I do, but man, I would have to say it's right around. It's probably, if I do it by the cup, I'd probably do like a cup of Burgundy, and a lot of salt, like a tablespoon of salt, and that's a lot for a cup. Probably a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and then a pinch of chili flake, and then probably a half teaspoon each of ginger, garlic, and fresh thyme, and just let it like kind of roll it in it, wrap it in plastic wrap, and give it like 2 days. And what's nice is it won't draw out a whole lot of the moisture. It kind of soaks into it, which is really cool because you individually wrap it and it just kind of gets in there. Budget's talking about Alton Brown. Alton Brown's awesome. Alton Brown's Good Eats was a really influential show to a
He's
lot
got his
of
new series out too. That I don't know if it's just a net internet series or if it's a Netflix series, but they've redone it now. He's got new episodes of it.
Yeah, they
It's
did it
limited
on
run.
Netflix.
Yeah.
He also did a show. It was called Feasting on Asphalt, which is like kind of like what G does. Except he's a motorcycle guy. He likes to, he's a biker. So him and his camera crew would hop on motorcycles and they would just go across the country and stop at like roadside eats, like diners and mom and pop places and stuff like that. So that was a really cool show. I don't know how long that was on. That wasn't on all that long, but
it was like an 8-episode series. I mean, it was like pre-diners, drive-ins, and dives. He was kind of way ahead of the game on Guy Fieri on that kind of.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I remember, and again, it kind of reminds me of what G does. Like G will walk into a place and it's like, oh, there's shit piled everywhere. This is awesome. Like, oh, there's no more room for stuff. Look, they got stuff stacked up here and stuff stacked up there. Like, this is cool. This is how, a gun shop, old school gun shop should be. I remember he went into a place that had, I don't remember what they did, cheesesteaks or something. Something on a flat top. And they showed the flat top and it was like black. Not black because it was dirty, but just black because they never like polished it. They never like cleaned it to the point where it was silver again. They would scrub it down, wipe it down, clean it, but never like try and take the tarnish off of it. And it just built up over the years, and it was like, it looked like a cast iron skillet almost. And he like pointed to it and he was like, this is what it's all about. This is why, this is part of why their stuff is so good. He's like, look at that flat top. He's like, they've been cooking on that for years, and it's part of their, that's part of the magic or whatever he said, part of the recipe. So it was pretty neat. It's cool to see somebody appreciate, the what people have been doing for years. He's what's really cool too about him is he's a real humble guy. He's a really cool guy. I've never met him, but I know people that have met him, and he's a real easygoing guy. He likes to talk to people. He takes time to talk to, fans, quote unquote fans. And he's said in interviews many times, like, he's like, I'm not a chef. He said, I have a lot of respect for chefs. He's like, I love what they do. He's like, I didn't get into this to be a chef. He's like, I'm a nerd. He's like, I'm more of a scientist. He's like, but I love to cook, and I wanted to show people what happens when you cook food, not just you put it in a pan and it gets brown. But why does it get brown?
Everybody has to eat regardless. So whether you're just a normal guy who cooks your own food every day, or you're, a chef in a 4-star restaurant.
I miss the good old days when Food TV Network actually showed cooking shows,
Yeah.
That was awesome. That's what brought me into cooking in the first place, was watching Essence Emerald back in '96.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
keep on the lookout for Return of the Eats, which is a sequel to Good Eats.
Yeah, I mentioned that a little bit ago.
Moo's out there. He said he crashed his bike and doesn't do that anymore. I saw the episode where he crashed his bike like a rabbit. Didn't a rabbit run out in front of him or something?
Was it a bike or was it a Vespa?
No, it was he had a.
I thought it was just on a scooter. I didn't think he was on his regular motorcycle. He runs like a dual sport BMW or something like that.
Yeah, he had a BMW, like a 12, like an RT or something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, like I want to say they were like off road sort of, and like something ran out in front of him and he got all squirrely and dumped it. But it's what else up there? He's not a vegan. Or saying he's not a vegan, but G is. G, you're not actually a vegan, are you? You eat some meats, right?
I'm mostly vegan.
Yeah, mostly vegan. That's like kind of being pregnant.
Everybody's a vegetarian, but they all eat chicken, you know.
unless we're talking about bacon.
Fuck you and fuck you. You like Italian food? Does that mean you can't eat a fucking salad, or you can't eat a pizza or a fucking?
So you don't like bacon?
But you can eat whatever the fuck you want. I heard that Alton Brown is a gun dude, though. Makes him cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know. I think he stopped at one of the places out in Vegas once and did like one of the machine gun ranges.
He's got a SCAR and a Browning high power and an HKP 30 and various Kimbers. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I need to try and get him on the show.
Yeah, there you go. Just send him a link, man.
I will. I'll
seriously say check out the show, you know. Come join us in the evening. He's probably in the same time zone as you, you know.
Oh, who knows? I don't know. They used to I think when they did Iron Chef and stuff, it was out of New York, but other than that I don't know. There you go. Two Live Moose says he eats vegan animals. That's good.
I've been watching this show on Netflix. I don't know if you guys got Netflix or not, but it's called Meat Eater. And this dude goes out there and he hunts these animals and then he harvests them and then he cooks them right there on the spot. It's a
Steve
So
Rinella
cleaning
is
them
a
and gutting them
really
and
cool
stuff,
guy.
or what?
Yeah, his show's really good. He actually runs a podcast too, and on top of that, he's a good guy. Plus, on top of that, he takes all of his wild game recipes, and he's actually a published author for like 4 different books as well.
Yeah, you should check it out. I mean, it's very, very cool. I'm inspired by this dude, and he breaks down like a whole deer and shows you how to wrap it, how to freeze it, you know, like what to even take out of it. Like there's like some stomach muscle, and he's like, well, you just cut a little bit of this off, and he wraps it in like a meatball with the venison grind. It looked awesome. You should check it out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, he's got that dude's really cool. I've actually met him a couple times at a few of the outdoor shows. He comes to Wisconsin, has a fishing expo every year. He came last year, I think. He was a really cool guy to meet, and yeah, his show is really cool. And on top of that, it's not like every show he takes you out onto different hunting trips. He has dedicated shows where it shows you this is different types of wild game, different parts of it. This is the tongue, this is the heart, this is the loin, this is the ribs, and this is how I cook it. And it's actually really cool to watch.
Yeah, I was looking stuff up on Alton Brown. There's a armoryblog.com post that goes all the way back to 2011 and that talks about Alton Brown as a gun fan.
Huh. Very cool.
It's crazy. That's awesome.
Psycho was asking, I think it was Psycho. He was asking if you can pick your Every Second Matters patch or are they random? Yeah, you can pick them.
Well, there's a 4-pack, and that's one of each color, and then there's singles of whatever color.
Yeah. I got the black and tan one. That one's really cool.
I got the glow in the dark one.
Oh shit! Really? I didn't know they had a glow in the dark one.
Those are gone.
Yep.
Yeah, those are
more
mine.
than a couple of them.
I've shipped a couple of those out.
I think they had pink, the black and tan one, and black and white when I got mine. I took the black and tan one. I thought that one was cool. Tom Selleck is pro gun. Yeah, Tom Selleck is pro gun. So's a lot of them. Kurt Russell's super pro gun too.
I just listened to a podcast where somebody was asking one of the, what do they call them, the board or whatever of the NRA. He was a guest or whatever of this podcast, and they were asking him why Tom Selleck stepped down off the NRA. So Tom Selleck is no longer on the board of the NRA. FYI.
Did they have an answer why? Why he stepped down? You just
The NRA guy's answer was that he was too busy with his TV show. Whatever that, Blue Bloods or something.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular show right now.
9. It is popular.
Yeah.
James Woods is a big conservative dude too.
Hold on. So a guy who's been doing television since the 80s nonstop, and he's now all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, television is so difficult for me. I have to step down from this."
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, that is kind of weird. He got busted.
Is he getting like frail and old on that TV show?
Oh, I don't think so. He got busted a bunch of times in California stealing water too. I saw that in the news a while back. He was like, they like I don't know, it was ration the word
went into like a Family Dollar and putting him in his pants, running out.
No, he literally has like a big ranch out there or something somewhere, and I guess they ration. I don't think ration is the word, but you know what I mean. They ration water, right? And I guess he got busted a couple of times going down to some main and turning it on so that he could get water to his ranch or something, and he got in trouble.
The HOA came after him.
I don't know. It was just a really weird thing to come across your phone. You know what I mean? Like a notification like Tom Selleck arrested or, fined for stealing water. I'm like, what the hell? Super weird. Jorge says collecting rainwater. It's Cali, man. I mean, it doesn't rain a whole lot out there, I guess. There's a lot of industry, man. A lot of people in like small areas. The H2O police, that's right. So what should we do tonight? Should we do a pizza topping bracket or a pizza bracket?
Topping.
Wait, what are the options?
Pizzas, like, you could do like a margarita pizza or ham and pineapple, like a Hawaiian pizza. So pizzas or pizza toppings where it's individual toppings.
How is there a difference between what you're going to put on the pizza and then toppings?
Well, because we're going to pick what's the best topping versus which is the best
combo, the best combination of toppings.
Kind of, yeah.
Topping.
Yeah.
Let's split hairs.
Yeah, well, we got hairs to split. A couple of them. I don't have a whole lot.
Like if I was going to get julienne sliced carrots at your place, they'd be pretty fine.
Super fine.
Hey, Midnight, I'm going to go and drop before you guys start the bracket. I got to hit the hay, buddy. Dude, I got to be up in 5.5 hours, man. That's going to be here quick.
That's bullshit. Yeah, I got to get up,
man.
That's cool, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, that's cool, man. Appreciate the invite, dude. Thank you. Good stuff, man. All right.
It's like an sleep if he has to get the bad pizza bracket.
I'm sorry, man.
he's scared of the pizza bracket.
No, not at all.
I'll tell you what.
Scared of thinking two languages.
Travis is a big fan of Hawaiian.
Dude, I eat any pizza. I am not. Look at me, man. That's obvious. I am not picky. I'm not a picky eater at all. Not at all.
That's what he says. That's what he says.
About the only thing I won't eat are pickled beets. I don't understand them, but other than that, I'm good.
Pickled beets or red beet or pickled eggs, like red beet eggs.
I don't know what it is, and I don't mind vinegar stuff, but I just can't do those. I don't know why. I guess when I was a dishwasher back in the day, they'd bring back the container from the salad bar, and they just reeked. I don't know. It smells just funky, man. Ugh.
Y'all know what's going to happen is we're going to do this, and of course Matt is going to do a pizza bracket this week, and Travis is going to be all about that bracket, and he's going to totally forget about us. Act like we don't even exist.
Wait, no, Matt shows a couple hours sooner than this. That's why I don't mind standing up for his.
No, I'm saying he's going to listen to this tomorrow. Make sure he's going to get an education.
No.
And then he can look all fancy pants like he knows what he's talking about on Matt Show. Be like, yeah, look at me, I'm awesome.
Dude, I know pizza. All right, I know pizza. All right, it's it's not even a challenge for me. I got this. Okay. All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Y'all take care.
Buddy.
See you.
Thanks.
All right, later. See you guys. Bye.
His Two Live Moves saying, is beef Wellington a sandwich? Yeah, if you cut it in half down the middle, sure.
Well,
So,
isn't it a half beef Wellington then?
well, no, you take it, you cut it in half, and then you got two halves, and it's there. It's a sandwich then. Sandwich.
Wouldn't it be? It would be half of a beef Wellington.
Well, no, you'd have a half and a half, and you put it together, and it's beef Wellington. But it's cut down the middle, so it's a steak sandwich then.
Just throw some rabbit food in between the two halves, and you got yourself a sandwich.
Yeah, a little ranch dressing.
All right.
Ranch sauce. Sorry, ranch sauce. It's dressing if you put it on a salad, but if you dunk your fries in it, then it's a sauce.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, yeah. Muscle Dog Mafia. I'll take his place, so you have 9 instead of 8. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. You got a link down there, Dog Body.
Nice, he's still awake. Oh wait, he's an aspiring author now. So yeah, of course.
Who's that? Dog Body is?
Dog Body is, yes.
How's that?
How is it aspiring when you already have the book published and it's selling?
Oh well, that's more.
It hasn't hit the #1 best-selling book of the week yet.
As Night Strike, the aspiring video hosting platform creator.
Exactly right.
There you go.
Same way.
Hey, Dog Body, what's going on, buddy, man?
So you're, as far as I'm concerned, the book has sold copies, and that justifies my drinking. So,
well, I'm not saying it doesn't justify your drinking. I'm just saying that you haven't gotten #1 book of the week yet. So
I'll never get #1 book of the week.
Hold on, you're #1 book of the week on Gun Channels.
I appreciate that.
There you go. It's all the rage. It's trending like a mofo.
Well, first, Night Strike. Let me explain something to you. If you want to smoke pot the rest of your life, you write music. If you want to have an excuse to drink for the rest of your life, you become an author.
I don't need an excuse. I've got genetics.
You don't need an excuse to smoke pot. Maybe that's why that's the kind of conversation that's going to get kicked off YouTube, like what happened to Clover.
I don't do pot. I was talking about alcohol.
Oh, we didn't make it clear.
Now there's insinuations and propaganda flying around. I don't know about that.
Innuendos out the wazoo.
Right out the innuendo zoo.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say too, like this is why they call that little guy a muscle dog, man. I'll tell you what. Look at him, he's freaking ripped. Look at that avatar, man. That dog's jacked.
And let's make it clear, that is my dog.
Hell yeah. That's a good looking little. He's like a little hellhound, man. He's ready for trouble. He'd keep you out of trouble, I'm sure, huh?
When he was 9 months old, I don't know why I'm getting feedback.
Nope, you're sounding great here.
1 second.
Do you have any recipes? I'm reading your YouTube chat over there. Do you have any recipes for devil's cabbage?
Devil's lettuce, whatever. Devil's slaw. We'll just consider that really spicy coleslaw. Devil's slaw.
Hey, Midnight, I don't really want to screw things up entirely, but I'm going to go ahead and drop out too.
Oh, that's okay. Get some sleep. I hope you feel better there, Holmes.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. Yeah, see you, buddy.
Night, Gizzard.
Good night, George. So, what is it? Pizza or in toppings? Go.
Just go toppings.
Toppings?
Toppings.
Toppings?
Toppings.
All right, we're doing toppings. All right. So here's what I got. You guys let me know if you have any.
You haven't gotten a digital version of this yet?
No, because I like it. I like to do it this way, and that way I can see the chat. I still have some visual interaction with my guests.
You know what we can't see? Anything. All we see is nothing. We don't even.
This
like,
is
What
so
the hell do you need to
unprofessional.
What do you
This
need
is
to
so
see?
unprofessional.
the bracket the whole time on Match Chat. We can see the bracket the whole time.
And you fuckers don't even pay attention to it anyway. You're constantly always asking, "Wait, what are we doing now? Wait, what's right now?"
Exactly. That's why, because we got the bracket there. We can look at it anytime we want.
No, I mean on his chat. Still don't know what's going on.
We still do
Seven
that.
Wonders had corn on pizza in Tokyo. I had corn on pizza in Scotland or Ireland.
See, I
One of
would
the other two.
like that a pizza place that was so sloppy to get corn on there. I'd be skeptical with their kitchen cleanliness.
It was on Poipus.
But
I know my aunt that
my
aunt that's straight out of China told me that you can order dog and cat on pizza in China. So be kind of interested to see that one.
No.
He says no.
Not to the dog. No dog.
My cat likes pizza, so no.
Your cat, like, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. Just why not?
Don't ask me why. I don't know. Apparently, he loves pizza.
Everybody loves pizza. Dogs love pizza. People love pizza.
Have you met a creature that doesn't eat pizza yet?
That's what I'm saying. That's, yeah, dogs, cats. I
Like
bet you
that.
damn horses love pizza, too.
Meat. All right, go ahead. You can tell me what the bracket is, or we just have to know?
I'm going to tell you right now. So, this is your last and final chance to veto any of these, and we will add one on, or switch one out if we want to. So I got anchovies.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to veto number 6.
Okay, that's fine. See, I have that kind of. See, I care about my guests. I care about my panelists. I like to, bring you in on things. It's not just this tyrannical, government, communism kind of show like some of these other ones. Anchovies, olives, pepperoni, ham, mushrooms, spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, bacon, hamburger or burger, ground beef, onion, chicken, peppers, pineapple, broccoli, sausage, and shrimp. Ooh, shrimp.
Are these like all meats then? It's only meats?
No, olives are not meat. Spinach, sun-dried tomato,
Italian
onions,
sausage.
peppers, ham, pineapple, broccoli. Those are not meats. So half of them are not meats.
They're all the wet vegetables.
What do you want? Styrofoam?
Mushrooms? You ever heard of a mushroom on a pizza?
Yeah, that's number 5.
He said
smartass.
mushrooms.
What was number 6?
Spinach. See, you were going to get rid of spinach.
Definitely. I can't stand spinach, so I'm definitely veto.
Well, the mushrooms and spinach are going up against each other, so you will have your chance. Bide your time.
Oh, look. See, he said he was going to edit the list. He didn't edit the list.
I didn't edit the list. If you want me to, you want me to get rid of spinach and put on what? Arugula? Tastes
Basil.
like dirt. Basil?
No, I'm going to cancel his veto because I like spinach.
Oh man, there's a fist fight in the side chat now. Basil and spinach.
And I'm gonna cancel his cancel because I don't like spinach unless it's raw and on a salad.
Okay.
On a salad or made into a salad?
Either way, it's
kind of
Either way, it's easier to eat.
I'm betting
Well,
Clover
against
likes it where it's like a actual piece of spinach put on a pizza and then cooked, not like frozen wads of spinach that's all mushy on a pizza.
Depends on how it's. No, I mean, yeah, it's roasted spinach.
I'll tell you what's good too is if you take that pizza out of the oven and you use like baby spinach, it's nice and tender, and you put it on the top while it's real hot, and it just kind of wilts down onto it a little bit. That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say it's that kind of spinach, not the old frozen.
Almost as if your grandma took the pizza out of the oven and then got distracted and then run it past a house plant.
Right, just accidentally slammed into a ficus or something.
Exactly. There you go. Like, what happened to this? It's plant.
Yeah. Grandma, what the hell are you doing? She's like, I don't know. Just play
The
stupid.
ficus got in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
green.
like-
It's healthy for you.
Yeah, it's good for you. It's green. In the meantime, it's like aloe or like beet tops that are poisonous. Or like
the tops of beets.
I mean rhubarb. Tops of rhubarb.
You rhubarb. I thought you were scaring me. I'm like, oh shit, I think I beat the beet top.
We've now
Yeah.
5-minute conversation about the food my food eats.
That's right. Chat veto pineapples. Okay, well, I mean, pineapples is going up. Yeah, I mean, we can get rid of pineapples, but we can't just get rid of it. You gotta put something in place of it.
Just do the bracket.
Italian
okay.
sausage. You just put regular sausage.
Anchovies. We'll let Clover go first. This is probably an easy one for a lot of people. Anchovies versus olives.
Olives.
He puts the two salty ones together.
You're fucking salty.
Someone's salty.
G-Webs, anchovies, and olives.
We're voting for the one we want, correct? Not
Not
some weird anti-bracket. Yeah, olives.
We did that one time, and I know you're still reeling from it, so I won't do it again if you're on the panel. I swear.
Olives. Assuming these are sliced green olives, right?
I mean, yeah, of course.
And tomatoes have been picked out. Like you went through with your little toothpick and picked all the tomatoes out.
Yeah, you just kind of flick them. You flick them across the room. Yeah, it's good. Dog body. What kind of you dog like anchovies or olives?
Oh, we've got it. Well, the dog will eat anything smelly, but I'll go for the olives.
I'll leave that joke alone. Night Strike.
I like both types of olives, so go the olives.
Patriot. He likes all
Yeah,
kinds
black
of olives.
olives.
Yeah, olives. Roll call. What do you like to pass your Jimenez tooth?
You losers. I like anchovies.
He does. He likes anchovies. I can see that happening. Snowy, what the Yetis
I
like?
abstain. I hate both of them.
Oh, this ain't that kind of chat, bro. You got to pick one.
Honestly, I'd probably go anchovies because I worked at Domino's for a little bit right out of high school, and every time I'd open up that container that they kept the green olives in, it would make me fucking sick. So,
Snap. Okay.
You're saying the anchovies were pleasant compared to that?
Didn't have to put those on there. If it's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
anchovies,
maybe
I'll feed it to my dog. At least he won't lick his ass from that.
Oh, snap. That's trouble.
So can you imagine a craggly Jimenez tooth with a bunch of anchovy on it?
little bones, little rib bones sticking off of him, out in between him and shit.
Fish skeleton sticking out the front.
Yeah, it's like when Tom and Jerry cartoon when he eats the fish and nothing comes out but the skeleton. Or Heathcliff, yeah. Yeah, and he's got like a little anchovy sticking out there. You can see that happening. All right, somebody with really good Photoshop skills. Let's get on that, okay? I want that on Instagram within the hour. I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick anchovies too. I like them, but olives takes it. Next one, pepperoni versus ham. I'll take pepperoni from myself. Snowy, pepperoni. Roll call.
Ham. How about that? So you voted anchovies.
He's gonna vote whatever is gonna lose. So whatever roll call picks, make sure you pick the other one. Patriot.
Pepperoni.
Hell yeah. Night Strike. GunTube is a fan of.
I'm not gonna say GunTube is a fan of, but Night Strike is a fan of pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. Dog body.
Oh, pepperoni.
Well, in his case, it would be pepperoni.
Pepperoni, right? There you go.
Why not?
G-Webs.
A big flat slice of ham on a pizza is ridiculous. So what are they gonna put strips of ham on there? That would be also gross. And then are they gonna put chunks of ham? That's always no. Pepperoni is designed for pizza. I don't even think they use pepperoni for anything else. Maybe a sandwich.
It's also round like a pizza.
That's true.
So, it has to be pepperoni.
I know I know. I don't know who's throwing ham steaks on a pizza either. That's crazy talk. Clover.
Maybe like in an omelet, like diced ham, but that would still be gross.
Yeah, that would be good.
More like thinly sliced sections or whatever.
Like strips.
Italian, like that really thin Italian ham like you got on a board with cheese.
Oh, prosciutto.
Yeah, prosciutto would be slamming.
Prosciutto or something, yeah.
Maybe that.
I go ham.
No. Pepperoni takes it. Okay, here we go. G, I'm really, this is a tough one, I know. Clover, mushrooms or spinach?
Spinach.
Spinach.
Yeah, definitely.
G, what? G, this is all you, buddy. Mushrooms and spinach.
Mushrooms. Spinach has no business on anything ever. Except for maybe.
G-Webs is anti-Popeye. That's
No, I don't mind eating it.
It's un-American.
Spinach, like by itself. Like leave it by itself. Like it's all wheat.
How the hell are you going to get your fighting strength up if you don't eat your cans of spinach?
Yeah, I'm saying eat all you want by itself. Doesn't have any business being mixed with other food, is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's a different way to look at it. Dog?
Mushrooms.
Night Strike?
Can I give my vote to somebody else?
The abstainer, the abstinencer. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. You know what? I give my vote to Snowy.
Ooh, okay. All right. Patriot?
I actually put mushrooms in my spinach, but I'll take mushrooms.
Oh, man.
What do you mean put mushroom in your spinach? Like a mushroom and spinach pizza?
No. If you steam
Like sauteed
spinach with olive oil and sliced mushrooms, little lemon juice. Yeah.
This guy's a goddamn party animal. Listen to him, lemon juice. Roll call.
Funk of the spinach.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go mushrooms because spinach always gets contaminated, so you could die from it.
All right. I guess self-preservation is a thought. It's a category. It's a thing. Something you got to worry about. Snowy, you got two, buddy.
I'm gonna go with spinach out of those two. I don't like mushrooms all that much.
Oh snap! I could tie it up, or I could send it over. I'm gonna take shrooms too. So shrooms wins it. Sorry, chat. I know you wanted to vote, but
Wasn't Benjamin Franklin the one that said you shouldn't eat spinach with a stranger?
I've never heard that. That's crazy. Why wouldn't you be
That
able
might
to?
have been just a local furniture commercial.
Is it because like you get spinach stuck in your teeth and the stranger wouldn't tell you?
Yeah,
huh.
I think so. So
that guy said a lot of crazy stuff. Sun-dried tomatoes versus bacon.
How did these end up? How is this a contest?
I have to say, do we really need to vote on this one? Isn't everyone going to vote bacon? Who out of their right mind would vote against bacon? I mean, seriously.
I see. I understand. I get it. And I'm voting bacon. I mean, if we don't think we need to vote on it, we'll save the 5 minutes. Give it to bacon?
I'm saying give it to bacon.
I'll second that.
All right. If G says bacon, we'll just pass. We'll let it pass. Sun-dried tomatoes or bacon?
Sun-dried tomatoes are disgusting.
Oh,
bacon for sure.
Oh man! All right. Well, that's an easy one. Next one: onions or hamburger, like ground beef, not sausage. Like sometimes you just get like ground beef on them, right? Which I think is a little bit odd, but whatever. Clover.
Well, it sort of depends on where you're getting it, but sometimes that beef is seasoned. So, yeah, beef.
Well, yeah, we'll say seasoned, but not like sausage. How about that?
No, it's not like a spicy, but it does
Right.
have seasoning. Yeah, beef.
Okay. G.
Onions.
Dog.
I love red onions on the pizza.
I caramelized onions myself. Night Strike.
Onions.
Patriot.
Yeah, I like the red onions.
Row.
Onions.
Damn, onions. Snowy.
Onions.
All right, onions takes it. Chicken or peppers? We're talking like sweet peppers, red, yellow, green, orange, whatever. Usually you see green because they're cheaper, but
Habanero.
We can throw chili, like peppers. Yeah, we can throw jalapeno in there if you want, something like that. That's fine. So peppers, sweet or spicy, we'll say, or chicken. I'm going to say I don't really like jalapenos. I like, but sweet peppers I really am not a big fan of. So I'm gonna say chicken. Snowy.
I'm gonna go peppers.
Peppers. He's gonna pick the peppers. Ro?
I don't like chicken, so peppers.
You don't like chicken? What the hell? Who the hell don't like chicken?
Me.
No, I don't like chicken.
What? Boy, you guys are crazy. You Westerners, you Western-ish coast guys. Psh, I'll tell you.
I'm right in the middle
Patriot.
of the states, you bastard.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you don't count. You're a Yeti. You like chicken.
It's far enough north he can be Canadian for all we know.
Oh, come on now. Let's not get crazy.
All right.
Patriot?
I like the peppers. I mean, in Memphis we used to get chicken on there, but I still go habaneros or jalapenos.
The jalapenos. Night Strike?
It's got to be the peppers, man. It's got to be the peppers.
Damn. Dog?
I need the chicken to go with my onions.
There you go. A little bit of ranch seasoning. Bam. G, chicken it is, huh?
You did not specify what kind of peppers, because I get green peppers. You guys are talking jalapenos all of a sudden. I would consider that a different kind of pepper.
Yeah, we were lumping them together. You can pick. If it's a pepper, it's a pepper. We're going to say if it's a pepper. So jalapeno, because that's where Patriot said too. Patriot said like spicy peppers. The other guy said green peppers. We'll let them both.
All peppers and also chicken suck butts, but I'd also like to add this.
During George Washington's birthday sale. Hope to see you there, Ben. After all, a penny saved, and he who has a law, the stitch and tie saves 9. And never eats spinach with a stranger.
That's it.
There you go.
I knew I wasn't crazy. Well,
there you go.
Maybe.
Yeah, just that just actually knowing that existed might make you a little crazy. It's already peppers, Clover, but peppers or chicken?
Probably peppers.
Mm-hmm.
See, chicken's got no business on a pizza.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know, man. Like a barbecue chicken pizza or something?
Yeah, it has to be it would have to be a specialty pizza. You can get an Alfredo pizza or like a barbecue
chicken bacon
pizza,
ranch,
maybe, but yeah, if you're talking random, if you're talking, I'm thinking random toppings thrown on a pizza.
Right, okay.
The only one I've had is chicken bacon ranch. While it's good, it didn't taste like a pizza.
I had a BLT pizza yesterday.
Oh.
Tasted more like a sandwich.
There you go.
An open face sandwich.
Oh, snap. Now we're in trouble. Now it's a whole different category. Open face pizza versus calzone. Oh.
I'm ready.
Oh, man.
We're not going there tonight. Continue on with the topics.
We're going to do one of them hybrid pizzas. Dog, do you ever have one of those hybrid pizzas, the pizza calzone things?
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
The Panzas.
That's the shit right there.
Nothing like 3 a.m. in the back of a kitchen with a bunch of cooks that are bored.
Wouldn't that be called a pizzone? A pizzoni?
Pizzoni? Sounds like a derogatory term.
The pizzone.
Look at this pizzoni over here. Let's go get him.
Here's your pizzoni right here.
Get your pizzoni. That's actually Pie Zone would be kind of a good name for a pizza shop, right? Where are you going? Oh, we're going to go down to the Pie Zone, pick up a pizza.
Actually, didn't Pizza Hut have something they called the Pie Zone like 5 or 10 years ago?
Yeah, they said a pizzone, and it was like basically like it's just a calzone. I don't think there was anything different. I don't know why the hell they called it a pizzone.
I thought it was because you got a pizza with it. I thought that was the name of their combo.
Oh, was it?
Calzone and a pizza. I think that's how that worked.
Shit. I don't know. Let's give
Get
him
a
a call.
calzone and a pizza, and you put the calzone on the pizza and wrap the pizza around it like a taco. Then
that would be a pizzone gordita. Pizzone gordita.
Make one of the pizza crusts out of Doritos and the other one out of chicken.
I would have just called that 911 on speed dial.
I'm just gaining weight listening to this.
You know what? I'm gonna, if it's okay, I'm gonna change subject real quick. So you know how there's these places where you can get a steak, and if you eat the whole steak in a certain amount of time, you get the steak for free.
Like the old 96er from the Great Outdoors.
Okay, so there's places like that. You get a t-shirt and they take your picture and stick on the wall, right? Is there places like that with pizza? I have not seen.
There's got to be. I know there's places like that with burgers.
Gee, you weren't too far from one when you came through Wisconsin. There's a place right in Madison that does that.
Oh, really? Because I would have.
Yeah.
Except it's probably some sort of bullshit meat pizza. If it would have been like cheese and mushroom or something, I'd eat the shit up.
Isn't that show, Man vs. Food?
Yeah, he did that
He does that.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I missed that.
I don't think I've seen one of those pizza challenges though. I can eat
What the?
I ate 9 hot dog sandwiches one time.
Furious Pete did a pizza
I don't even
challenge.
hear what they eat like 60 of them, don't they?
Yeah.
In the hot dog championships?
Yeah, but I'm not a professional. I'm an amateur.
Anyway, sorry, I took us off subject.
Oh no, I take that back, G. It's not from. It's not in Madison. It's actually in Milwaukee. It's called Outsiders Pizza Company. They do a challenge like that.
I was watching. It was like a it was like a Good Eats or something. I don't remember what it was. And he stopped into some place that did that with burgers, and they were there, and they had filmed over a couple of days, I guess, and a couple people tried to do these. I don't remember what it was. It was like this huge ass burger.
Are you talking about the one with all the patties?
I think so.
It's called the Flying Eagle, and it's in Philadelphia.
Is that doesn't sound like, maybe it's different. I don't think it was in Philly. It might have been. I don't know. But it's a couple of guys doing it. This, that, and the other thing, and then this girl that was in like high school. She was like a high school lacrosse player. Is that the one did you see that?
I don't remember a girl. I just remember being amazed when they said you get 2 pounds of fries with it.
Yeah, this is, I think, a different one. Like, they're showing these guys not be able to handle it, and then they cut to this clip of this girl, and it's like this 16-year-old girl in high school, and she housed it. She swiped it out. I was like, God damn. And like her friends were sitting around. I'm thinking like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the greatest thing to be putting on a dating site for sure.
I honestly think my fiance would probably do one of those challenges and win.
Man. Yeah.
I don't know how she does it.
Challenge accepted. Look at this. Is that pizza place you're talking about? All you can eat.
Yeah.
Little tiny wafer pizza. Come on, bring it. Bring it.
I don't know if it's wafer pizza, but yeah, I don't know. I know they're like one of the only places that does that type of challenge around here, but I don't know. There was another place. I don't think it's open anymore. It used to do it where it was like you could do it with 2 or 3 people. I forget how big the pizza was, but it was like 3 feet long, 3 feet across total, and you could use like 3 or 4 people to eat it, and it was piled with a bunch of meat and stuff like that.
That's a crazy amount of different kind of pictures. The hell, Jesus, all sorts of stuff.
These things look like tombstones. That's a bottle right next to it.
Is that red stripe or something?
Tiny one.
That's red stripe.
Look, they got their ranch sauce there, and there's the cap right there.
Yeah, you can roll that pizza up and just munch it.
It's not even tombstone. What are those little frozen ones called? They're like single serving.
The Jack's pizzas.
Jack's, I think that's the ones I'm thinking of. They're like in a bag.
You could roll that up, and it would be about the size of a Totino's. Yeah, you're right.
Actually, my favorite pizza place that's around is it's called Ian's, and it's down on Water Street here in Milwaukee. And you have a few too many beers walking down Water Street, you hop in there, like $5 for a huge pizza. You can get anything you want on it, or else they sell it by the slice. 15 different slices, you're out $15 because they sell it at $1 a slice.
$1 a slice pizza? Yeah, I'll put your ass out of business. You better watch it. You better not. Your kid ain't. Guess what? Your kid ain't going to fucking college. You're doing dollar slices.
Well, so that's exactly what it is. Is that UW Milwaukee is that Water Street's like the main drinking area for the kids from UW Milwaukee. The guy who started that was a student at UWM and realized, holy shit, these kids have nowhere to go really for pizza on Water Street. Started it, and it's like the most popular pizza place in Milwaukee.
Yeah. College towns, man. I'll tell you what, places like that around colleges are just, they get murdered. I got a buddy that worked at a place when he was going to CIA up there, and it's up in Hyde Park. It's just college kids everywhere. Who are we?
It's Clover's turn.
Clover's up. Pineapple or broccoli?
Broccoli. Broccoli.
G-Webs?
Those are both gross. No, I'm going to give my vote to Night Strike.
Uh-oh. Oh. Boy, that's gonna take the show in a whole new way. Dog.
I could feed the broccoli to my dog, so broccoli.
Okay. Night Strike, you got two, brother. Oh, you don't know what to do. Oh, he's in trouble. He's sweating. Take a drink.
I don't have any. Well, no.
Pass it this way again.
No.
Yeah, you can give them away, I guess.
I guess what I'm gonna go, and I'm sorry, G, but I guess I'm gonna go broccoli.
Okay.
Because I've had it on pizza, and it's actually pretty good.
Better than pineapple.
Patriot?
Yeah, I'm not doing the broccoli. In Memphis, you'd get sideways, and you'd end up with weird pizzas. There was an Italian sausage and pineapple pizza, and it wasn't so bad. But I never had broccoli on pizza.
So, I've had Italian sausage and pineapple on pizza before with bacon. Pretty good.
There you go.
This is like a trender hipster's dream pizza right here. Broccoli and pineapple.
Yeah. You gotta have real tight rolled pants and a little squirrely mustache.
And wear glasses, not because you need them, but because you think they're a fashion accessory.
And a bowler hat.
Yeah, but the glasses need to look like something you got from the army.
or they got to be purple. Or they got to have purple tint. One or the other.
PCs.
Yeah. Row crews.
And nobody voted these two pieces of shit out. Man, I don't like any of these, man. I guess broccoli, I ain't never had it. But pineapple should never be put on anything. It should be eaten separately.
All right. Snowy, do you have as much hatred as Ro does?
Yeah, because freaking broccoli is food that I'd feed my fucking food. I'm going with pineapple.
Oh, snap. Oh, God. Well, I'll tell you. Broccoli versus pineapple. I'm going to go broccoli. And I do like if you go somewhere and you get a white pizza, a lot of places do white pizza really shitty. But if you go get a white pizza with like a nice, a lot of heavy garlic, Parmesan, ricotta cheese, maybe some mozz, something like that. And then broccoli and sun-dried tomato or broccoli and fresh tomato. It's really good because the cheese, you got a lot of flavor in the cheese. So I'm gonna say broccoli. Whereas pineapple, I think it's okay in really, really small amounts, but not. My parents like Hawaiian pizzas, man. They love that shit. Big, huge chunks of pineapple. I couldn't get into it.
So you're hand picking the finest, like artisan made broccoli and fancy cheese, and some sloppy pineapple thing. I'm worried about the broccoli when some dumb kid who's never ate broccoli ever gives you some like stalk of broccoli on your pizza.
Opposed to the pineapple with the fronds still on it. You got the spiky
pineapples. I agree with Ro. Pineapples to be eaten separately. It's a separate thing.
The only thing pineapples belong in are certain cocktails, and it better be a woman ordering them.
And if you watch Little Nicky, they'd belong in Hitler's ass.
It's true.
It's a good place for them.
Mm-hmm. Backwards. Don't forget. Psycho says broccoli chicken Alfredo is a dope pizza. See? That's a good one. I can dig it.
If you want to eat broccoli Alfredo, eat broccoli Alfredo. Why do you got to put it on bread?
Some people want their bread crunchy versus soft like pasta. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody likes their own thing. This is not about hate.
Next, he's going to say he wants to take it and make it like biscuits and gravy and just put biscuits with Alfredo and broccoli on top of it.
I could see that being okay.
You know what? Minus the broccoli, just some biscuits with Alfredo sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not. I can do that. The same with taco pizza. Taco pizza is pretty. I love taco pizza.
I had biscuits and gravy popcorn. Yes.
Gravy popcorn. Sold. Where do I buy it? I gotta make it. I'll make it.
I'll send you a little thing. Oh, it's like you sprinkle it on there. It's biscuits and gravy.
So this one's probably going to be a blowout. Sausage versus shrimp. We do a seafood pizza at the restaurant. It's awesome. It's really good. We do shrimp and crab on it. We sell more of that at night than we do the other ones that we have. We have like 5 different pizzas. We sell more of that than anything else, but and it's a white pizza. It doesn't have the red sauce on it, but I'm gonna say sausage just because it's fucking sausage, right? Snowy
sausage.
Salswaje. Roll call.
Man, well, you gotta go with sausage because seafood has to be matched with noodles or some kind of pastry, not a freaking pizza.
What's the difference between a pizza and a pastry?
The crust.
All right, I'm just trying to trip you up a little bit. Just trying to make you think. Patriot?
So you can have a horrible pizza from a back alley with sausage on it, and it'd still probably be good. But something with seafood on it, I don't think you can get it unless you get it at a fancy place. So I'd go sausage because it's safer.
Good old sausage, right?
You can't get a gas station pizza with shrimp on it. I mean, well, I guess you could, but maybe not.
What the crap just got spammed out there? American military equals. Oh, okay. All right. No. Banana pizza. Heard that. American military equals freedom. Go eat a banana pizza and come back and talk to us later. Night Strike.
Sausage.
Salswaje. Dog. I think I know where you're going on this one.
Pork over seafood all the time, especially since shellfish will kill me.
What about manatee? That's like pig of the sea.
Yeah, but I've never had manatee bacon. You bring me some manatee bacon, we'll talk.
I think we're going to have to get on that. Yeah, we'll have to make that happen. G.
Well, you didn't specify as if it was shrimp sausage, first off.
Well, that would still be shrimp.
Okay.
And the other one is pork sausage, salswaje.
So sausage, like who said, you can get the worst. Well, as Patriot said, you get bad sausage. Worst that happens. What's bad sausage? It's like unflavorful, right? Or like not cooked or something. You pick it off. You got some sausage juice on there. Like bad shrimp is killing you. Like you're sick. What are you gonna do? Pick it off of there? You still got all that shrimp juice. So let's see, some kind of bug that may or may not be cooked and still have its poop on it, or like sausage that's all spicy and what pizzas are made from originally. Sausage.
Salswaj. Clover. He said that all breathy and seductive like sausage. He likes a sausage. Gotta get that shrimp juice. The juice says. All right, round 2. Clover. Olives versus pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. G, you still loving the pepperoni over the olives?
No. Olives. Pepperoni's bullshit.
What?
Gross.
Boy,
Plus, you think you're eating pepperoni, you're eating nitrites and salt. Real pepperoni, nothing like what you're eating.
I bet you Night Strike likes nitrides.
Shall be nitrited.
Shall not be nitrited.
Shall be seasoned. Dog body.
Olives belong in martinis. Pepperoni belongs on pizza.
Got you on that one. I can feel it. Night Strike, what you got?
Pepperonis.
He said it with multiples, plural. Patriot.
Yeah, pepperoni.
Roll call.
You can eat a bag of pepperoni.
Yeah, a whole bag of them.
I'm going to go with olives.
What? This brown noser over here picking olives. Listen to him.
Because you voted mushrooms out. Losers.
I know. Mushrooms won.
Did they?
Yeah, this guy don't even know what's going on. Son of a bitch. It's all right. It's all right. You got to stick to it. Snowy.
Oh, okay.
Pepperoni.
Guy put the bracket up so we can see what's going on, and then yells at us for not knowing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, G.
There you go. There you go.
We just need to buy one of those big rolling whiteboards so you can just start writing it on there.
Clover, can I borrow your whiteboard?
Yeah, he's not going to need it for a while.
Oh, too soon.
He just started a live stream. What are you talking about?
Don't mind him. He's had a couple of too many PBRs. Oh, man. Well, it's nice knowing you, Roll Call. We'll be seeing you on any of Clover's chats ever again. What did you say? You said olives, right? Did you say olives or pepperonis? What the hell did you say?
Me, pepperoni.
Pepperoni. I'm going to say pepperoni, too, because olives are good, but they're not beating up any pepperonis, that's for sure. Ooh. Mushrooms versus bacon. Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. Anybody going to pick mushrooms other than Roll Call?
Oh, God, you guys suck.
Why do we suck?
If he doesn't brush that tooth, they'll probably have some mushrooms growing on it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's good for you.
Mushroom tooth. All right, we're going to give it to bacon. I think that was an easy one, huh? And that would leave Clovertack first on the onions versus peppers. Maybe this is a tough one. I don't know.
Onions.
Chi?
That's tough. The only onions you got are what? Diced onions or like the nice, whatever you call like a,
red
onion or whatever.
Yeah, like a julienne. I mean, you could do caramelized onions too. I personally like caramelized onions.
No, nobody gets caramelized onions on a pizza. Nobody's going to gourmet places, or maybe like red. So, but peppers, you left it with jalapenos, which is a whole different type of pizza. If you start throwing jalapenos on there and American cheese, I don't know if you ever done that with like an orange cheese, but and then you left green peppers in there too. So, man, that's tough.
Jalapenos are green peppers too.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know.
So, I'll go with onions just because I don't want to give Clover a little extra something tonight because he's getting wailed on.
Since Roll Call is being so harsh, he's trying.
Oh yeah, his Roll Calls are
Dog.
Onions.
Onions. Night Strike.
Onions.
Onions. Patriot.
I'm going peppers.
Peppers. This guy with his peppers. Roll call.
Peppers. You guys never had banana peppers on a pizza?
Yeah, and I didn't like them.
That's a whole nother kind of pizza. Yeah, that's a good point.
Pepperoncinis.
Yeah.
Banana peppers are different, though. They're more like pickled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snowy.
I'm going peppers just because there's so much versatility with that.
Well, I'm saying onions, and onions win. Double T said roll call just got a gun channel strike. Never, first time in history. Defamation of leprechaun strike. Broccoli versus sausage. That's to me. Sausage.
Sausage.
Roll call. Yeah.
I'll do sausage.
Bet you will. Patriot.
Sausage.
Night Strike.
Sausage.
Mm-hmm. Dog body.
Sausage.
G.
Sorry, I found a video on a $600 lobster. Watching it. What was the two?
Cool.
What was the options?
Sausage or broccoli.
I gotta go with broccoli.
Ooh. Clover.
Sausage.
All right, sausage takes it. This is gonna get a little bit harder here come the next bracket here. So Clover, you're up. You got pepperoni versus bacon.
Bacon.
Ooh.
Not hard. Wow.
G.
All right. So pepperoni is pretty much consistent. It can be bland, I guess, or it can be cheap and salty. But bacon, they can ruin bacon. I've had like rubbery bacon and gross bacon. In fact, I have nothing against bacon, but I've had worse luck with bacon on pizzas than anywhere else because it gets in that cheese and gets all raw. They don't cook it good. So I'm gonna go with pepperoni.
Dog.
This is a tough one because I kind of agree with G here. As much as I love pork belly, and pork belly is the king of meats, pepperoni is more consistent. So pepperoni.
Mm-hmm. Night Strike.
What are the choices?
Pepperoni and bacon.
Oh, bacon.
Ooh, tied up. Patriot.
Yeah, I'm going bacon. My pizza shop cooks it good, so.
Roll call.
Pepperoni, because when you try and peel it off, all the cheese sticks to it. You can't do that with bacon.
Oh, that's a good thing for you. There you go. Snowy.
I'm gonna go with bacon because I don't think I've ever eaten bacon, even if it's shitty bacon, and been sad with it.
I think G is pretty on it when he talks about bacon, pepperoni. Bacon, there's, if you use a really cheap bacon, it's like real fatty. It doesn't have a whole lot of the, the saltiness to it, or they don't cook it enough or whatever. Pepperoni, on the other hand, is pretty damn good, even if it's a crappy, cheap pepperoni. It just tends to have more fat to it. So I'm going to go pepperoni. That ties it up. We do get to go to the chat for one tonight. So, votes on gun channels count for 2. Do that tonight. And pepperoni versus bacon. You guys in the chat get to decide. Go ahead.
If you don't vote bacon, you're disqualified for my 100 follower giveaway.
Oh, snap. That's trouble. That is not collusion. What do they call that when you're in politics?
Bribery?
Oh, man. Yeah, there's that word for it. Pepperoni's kicking ass and taking names. The juice is voting like 100 times. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there.
Bunch of meat gazers.
Blackmail. The meat that looks like nipples. Jumpy said.
PNW says sausager. This is not America.
Pop Poopy John's. All right, pepperoni takes it.
All right, Midnight. I'm jumping out. I can't stay awake any longer.
All right, buddy.
I'll see you later, dude. Take it easy.
No more. Thanks, buddy. No more ties. All right, we're almost done. Onions versus sausage. I gotta go sausage. Snowy.
I'm gonna go sausage.
Roll call.
Sausage.
Patriot.
Sausage.
Dog.
Sausage.
G.
Sausage or what?
Onion.
Onions.
Oh. Clover.
Sausage.
All right. We're down to the big one here. Pepperoni versus sausage. Clover.
Sausage.
G.
If you know what you're getting, it's sort of like the bacon pepperoni thing. The pepperoni's more consistent, but sausage is better. So I don't know. I went with consistency last time. I'll just be consistent with that and say pepperoni again.
Dog.
I'm gonna follow that up. I'm gonna say pepperoni.
I've just had too many like bland sausages before where I was like, dang it, I should have got pepperoni. So, you know, like you
Where it's almost like just crumbled burger.
Yeah,
pretty
like
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a good sausage blows away pepperoni because most of the time pepperoni is just salty.
Patriot.
A good Italian sausage just is great, but yeah, I like pepperoni, I guess. Pepperoni.
Roll call.
The sausage.
Sausage. Is that's how you people say it? Sausage.
Sausage. Yeah.
Snowy.
I'm gonna go pepperoni.
All right, pepperoni takes it. I was debating this as everybody was talking. And I think if you'd have to say, like, and we've done this before, like the best example of these things, like the best pepperoni you've had versus the best sausage you've had on a pizza, which one was better? And I think everybody's right. Like if the sausage is on point, I think the sausage is better. I would vote for sausage in that instance. That's the way to go.
And I think
I don't know.
Eating on a pizza, like a pepperoni slides around when you eat it. You know, you take a bite out of half a pepperoni, it's gonna be weird, and your next slice is missing meat. Sausage is.
Oh no, I'm watching the $600 lobster that get cut up for sashimi that G found, and I'm thinking I want some lobster because this thing looks like it would be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know how old that lobster's got to be?
I'm assuming at least 50 years. That size?
A couple of years ago, they pulled out like the largest lobster I think that was ever caught, and it ended up going to like an aquarium somewhere. I think it was freaking huge, man. The claw on it was like, I forget how big it was, dude. It was like a hubcap, man. It was nuts.
I've seen black and white pictures of lobster dudes, like in the olden days, whatever. Black and white pictures though, where they're holding lobsters, or like they hold up the claws above their head down to their feet, you know, like as big as a tube.
Yeah. They have you ever seen the pictures of them, like you say, way back in the old days, where they were like all over the place? They're like crawling on the beach and shit.
I've seen
Yeah.
the rabbits with the
They
horn.
look like dogs walking on the beach though, because they're big.
Yeah, they're just like everywhere. And they used to feed them to. It was like they were so plentiful, and nobody was like really ate them. They used to feed them, use them as food for slaves because they were so plentiful, and they weren't like something that was eaten by regular people. They weren't really into it like we are now.
Well, great. Now the next time I go to buy some lobster tails, I'm going to get told it's appropriation of culture.
Yeah. Every once in a while too, they'll pull out a lobster that's like bicolored. I forget what the
half red
is
and
it
half blue.
bichromatic, I think it's called, right? And yeah, it'll be like half red, half blue, or half like there's some of them I think are yellowish too.
Yeah, that's a hybrid, and the one that G posted is definitely a hybrid. It's got like the yellow and blue in it.
Yeah. No, but it'll be split down the middle, like literally, like half the lobster is one color, half is the other color. It's nuts.
Oh, really?
Or they'll get like an albino or something like that. It's crazy. Lobster is the cockroach of the sea. Nah, that's crabs.
Isn't the
Crabs will
bigger
eat
the lobster, the less tender it is?
Yeah, it's like that with pretty much anything. Yeah.
Nothing you can't fix with a little sous vide and butter.
There you go. Butter poach it.
Well, I just look at it this way: for lobster, using it for sashimi or something like that, you're not like when you cook it, it's going to get more tense because you're not cooking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never had lobster sashimi. I've never had lobster raw.
I'm big into like the sashimi and sushi and stuff like that. One of my favorite things to go get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used to use it for somebody's in their prisoners too. They used to feed it to prisoners. Yeah.
One of the best fish that I've ever had is cuttlefish, but you have to find somebody that's really good at cooking that.
No, I've never had that either. I've had urchin. I've had sea urchin, uni. It was weird.
Uni's good. Then on top of that, the other one that you have to find someone who's really good at it, and it takes them like a long time to actually learn how to do it, is pufferfish.
Fugu, right?
Yeah.
Fugu. Yeah.
But that lobster they're feeding the prisoners, I do not believe they cooked it in butter for them. So just saying.
Probably not.
No, they're probably lucky if they got it cooked, depending on the time period.
Yeah. They're talking about
So all they did was
shrimps.
cut it up and put it back together raw. You can eat it raw like that?
Lobster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had it, but I suppose, yeah. Crab, I know you're not crab you're not supposed to eat raw because it usually eats other dead animals like carrion. So from what I've heard, you're not supposed to eat lobsters raw. Or I'm sorry, crabs, but lobster, yeah, I've seen lobster eaten raw. I've never had it. I would try it. Not that I wouldn't try it. I just have never. Yeah, uni, when I had uni, the flavor of uni was pretty amazing. It was like butter almost. It was like really, really buttery. But texturally, it was really soft and kind of mushy. I don't want to say it was like snotty, but it was like really soft. I had it in a maki roll, and they had too much in it. If they'd had less in it, it would have been awesome. But they had a whole lot in there. So the first bite I took, I didn't like it all. So the rest of the roll I actually took a little bit out, and I really liked it. But Seven Wonders says he probably wouldn't order it here, but he had fugu in Japan.
Yeah, that's where I had it as well, as in Japan. I honestly don't think there's anywhere around here that I would trust to cut that up or cuttlefish, unless it was somebody who came from Japan and actually was certified over there.
Yeah. What I was just gonna say is there's like a whole certification program that you're supposed to go through.
Yeah, that's just like honestly, when you look at tuna from over here, I posted a video on the side chat. But even going over to Japan and getting tuna there as opposed to over here is completely different. The tuna just from Japan seems to be of a lot higher quality and a lot better for when you're eating it raw.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this giant lobster, like the tail of the lobster is like at least as big as a football, right? So it's giant, and then they kill it and they pull the meat out of the tail, but raw, like before they cooked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then because it's so big or whatever, they're like taking it apart to turn it into like bite-sized pieces for somebody who's going to eat it. And the muscle inside the tail of the lobster before it's cooked is like a big braid. Like he just basically like cut a tendon here and there, but he didn't hardly cut nothing. It was like unbraiding the muscle. It was crazy, like an alien.
Yeah, it looks really weird. I'm actually watching that part right now.
I don't think I've ever, because usually you don't. I've never seen anybody take apart a lobster before it was cooked.
Right.
Or if they did, they just cut the tail and pulled it
Right,
out.
pop. Right, that's what I was gonna say. That's all I've ever done. I've never tried to like take it down any more than that.
This is super gross, though. They just left all the front part of the lobster inside the thing, so I hope nobody's gonna just suck all that out of there. It's a huge lobster.
Like a crawfish.
That kind of lobster is the kind of lobster that doesn't have big front claws, just looks like a big crayfish. Huge.
Yeah.
How do you get the meat to pop up out of the lobster shell?
What do you mean, like when you present it? Like when you see it at like Red Lobster and shit?
Yeah. How does that work?
They just literally, you take the tail, they take the tail off and cook it, and then take like a pair of scissors or something and snip along the back and just reach in and pull it up a little bit and leave it. Yeah, they just kind of pop it out like that.
It separates pretty easily once they're dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once it's cooked, it'll pull out of the shell really easy. So you just, the part that's most forward on the animal, they'll just kind of pull that out and leave the part that's at the tail attached and just sort of let it sit on top of the shell a little bit. Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Travis. What's your preference? Do you prefer a regular, like French style chef's knife, or do you prefer the Japanese style where it's meant more for the downward motion, not necessarily the rocking motion?
I like a Santoku normally. I don't use a Santoku much anymore. I just use the French style knife, just because that's what we have at the restaurant. But I do, when I used to do, like, if for some reason I like to use it when I'm, like, when I do competitions and stuff, I tend to go for a Santoku style knife. It's a little bit shorter. You're not usually don't need a whole lot of knife when you're doing something like that. So it's nice to have something a little shorter and handier, for sure. Yeah. Some people like, I mean, when we were in school, I'm trying to think what I had when I was in school. I think that was it was a Dexter Russell. It was which is a good brand. And there was the Connoisseur series. They still make them. And it was like a 14-inch knife or a 12-inch knife or something. It was a monster. That was the first chef's knife I ever really used. That was that was crazy. That was a big knife.
See, for me, I like the Santoku for vegetables, but I prefer for when I'm prepping any type of meat or anything like that. I have a Spyderco 6-inch chef's knife that I prefer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Santoku is great for most stuff. I think if you're breaking down meats and stuff, I think you want a longer blade. I used to use a 8-inch Santoku, but when I generally use a chef's knife for everything at work now. We have some boning knives, and if it's not bread, like, and I don't need a bread knife or something like that, I pretty much just use those chef's knives that you guys, the black handled cheap ones that you guys see me use in the videos, pretty much what I use all day. They're inexpensive, and we have a company that comes once a week and switches them out with a new set. As far as, it's cheap. It only costs like $2 a knife or something. So, you have a nice set of knives every week, and we keep them sharp individually. Like we always steel them and stuff, but they get really sharp. They're a stamped blade. They're not super, super heavy duty, but you get them nice and sharp. Go ahead.
Don't little kids watch this show?
No, not really.
Okay,
Not that I ever know of.
Sounds like you're telling them to steal those knives.
Oh, yeah. Come over to the restaurant and thieve some knives.
Here at Midnight, you'll appreciate this.
There you go.
This one was given to me when I was a teenager, starting off at a Chinese restaurant. And when I was working there, the chef basically made everybody work with one knife. So you got your one knife, and it was your responsibility. I ended up taking this knife with me everywhere.
That's cool. I have I should put a picture of it. I have a super cheap, I bought it at one of the Asian markets, a cleaver. That's got just a really inexpensive wooden handle, but it's a really nice knife. I love using it. I just don't use it a whole lot anymore, but it's funny you held up a cleaver. Yeah. Those smaller cleavers are actually great for a lot of things. Once you get used to them, it's tough to get used to in the beginning, because when you're doing fine work, like if you're, mincing something, or so you're cutting like scallions or something really, really thin. When you first start using them, it's weird because your hands are so far apart. You're used to your hands being real close together. So when you use that cleaver and your hands up, it's weird to get used to. It's kind of like walking on stilts.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different motion. Since I started off that way, I didn't have the learning curve, but it got weird when I had to switch over to other knives, especially when I got into butchery.
Yeah. I got a couple of cheap knives that I've bought over the years that are good for one or two things. They use them rarely, but it's kind of nice to have them around. And definitely when you have one really long, really, I forget what it was marketed as, but I use it pretty much like a scimitar if I'm cutting up like larger prime ribs or something like that. But other than that, it's a straight blade, because it's not a scimitar. It's just a cheap knife that I bought. I was like, oh, that'll work if I need something huge like that. It's basically like a 14-inch, just a straight blade.
See, I finally got to the point where the barbecue place I was working for, they kind of did the same thing as what most restaurants do. Had your cheaper knives and paid a company to come in and sharpen them and switch them out once a week. For me, after slicing 1,200 pounds of brisket for a couple weeks straight, I was like, I got to get a knife that's more comfortable than these hard plastic ass handles. That's when I ended up buying that Spyderco, which was like, I think I got it on sale for $100, and it's got a nice laminate wood handle on it that just feels good in the hand.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. Shun the Edo, the Edo collection. They make a Santoku that's awesome. I love it. I know a couple of people that have had them. I've used them. I've never spent the money on them. I've kind of never really got the knife bug. Like some chefs get like a knife bug where they want to buy really, really expensive knives. And
you don't want a $400 Wusthof? What?
No.
I feel you. I've never understood that either.
Yeah, and but that was one knife where I was like, it was in the mid hundreds, upper hundreds when they first came out. When I use it, I was like, oh boy, this is nice. I really like this. It's got a real large handle. It's super ergonomic. It's got a lot of weight to it. It's like a thicker blade. Nah, G, don't worry about it, man. I got to get to bed anyway. I'm getting wiped out. We're going to cut it off here pretty soon. In a couple of minutes. I'm starting to fade out myself. So does anybody else have anything important to mention other than hashtag support Clover? We should, we need to come up with, we need to unify the hashtags and all use the same one. Clover, do you have one that you would prefer for us to throw out there on social media?
Gizzard's
Help you
already been throwing one out. I can't remember what it is now.
Is it the support? No, support Clover.
No,
What was
back.
I back Clover Tack.
I back Clover Tack. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up. I'm looking. I back Clover Tack. Yeah. Yeah. That's I've been using hashtag not fair and hashtag unfair with it. And then if you're using Twitter, use @team YouTube. If you're using Instagram, @symbol YouTube. Make sure you tag them in it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about contacting Justin Timberlake and see if he'll do a version of his song saying "Bring Clover back"?
There you go. It's possible. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to throw a link. Can you put a link to Gun Channels in the your Gun Channels channel in the side chat?
To my Gun Channels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my B channel. Put it on the YouTube side, and I'll do that on the Gun Channel side.
Well, do you need a? Are you a mod?
You're too lazy.
Do what? I've already put it out there. Oh. Yeah, I'm a mod. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
If I can make it go here, let me try. I know you have to refresh, but it still should show up in the side chat, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Good deal. So yeah, that's the B channel. It's instead of Clover Tack, instead of the TAC, it's Tech. It's TEK.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I am set up with Caster now, so tomorrow may be fairly epic because I should be streaming the 10 platforms at the same time.
Damn.
So we're gonna try to break the internet.
What are the 10?
Let me see. Let me scroll down through here. GunTube, Twitch, Smashcast, Stream Me, YouNow, YouTube, Facebook Live, Vaughn Live, Periscope, and Web TV.
All right. How are you gonna ask questions to you? Where do we go to do that?
Except for I should be able to view a chat on GunTube.
The only one that I'm wondering is Twitch. I think you're going to get shut down on that.
Well, let them shut me down then. I mean,
Yeah.
there's other people podcasting there, but let them shut me down. I'm still going to.
Gun Channels isn't on there, and there's a text chat on Gun Channels.
Yeah, I mean, I will. That's embedded though, so that's a given that it's going to be on Gun Channels. Yeah.
I know, but he's just saying where to do comments. You can do comments.
Yeah, you could comment on the Gun Channels, and you could comment on any of those platforms. GunTube, I'll have it up. The cool thing about Caster is it's really not going to matter where you follow because Caster has a chat overlay. So when I open this up, now GunTube, you have to manually set that restream up, so the chat overlay doesn't work. But for all of these other platforms, the chat overlay should pull in any chats from those platforms to one location on Caster here. And then it'll have an icon for that particular platform and then the username and whatever they say.
And then that puts them all into the same chat, accumulates them into one chat?
For me, yes.
And then you can display that on the screen, though.
I don't know if I can or not.
I think you can.
I probably can somehow. I'm not going to get that.
Well, that would explain why I've seen some of the video game kids have chats that have multiple sources showing up. That sounds like.
Yeah, the way that they do it is they do it as like a pop-out chat, and then through OBS you have a spot where you can screen capture. I used to stream on Twitch and do video games and stuff like that. But if that's something that Clover's interested in, I can always hang out with him and show him what I know about doing it.
No. I can pop this out, and I mean I'm familiar with all of that. I can share it if I wanted to, but that's not a priority right now. Make sure it streams first, and then I can see the chat, so it doesn't matter. And I've got an extra screen hooked up now, so that makes that a little easier.
Oh, snap. You got 2 monitors.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're fixing to get serious up in here.
It'll be fun tomorrow night, that's for sure. And I actually have a Monday off, so I get to experience it.
Caster's free or money?
No, in order to do what I needed to do here, it's $10 a month.
All right. And that's like some of the podcast stuff, one show, or is it as many shows as you want all month?
Nope, as much as you want. You can go 24/7, 365.
Okay.
If you wanted to. Yep.
What are the other increments then?
What do you mean?
You said there was other levels.
I'm limited to 10. There's 2. There's 3 levels. There's a hang on, let me click over here. I hope it didn't screw anything up. There's 3 levels to the restreaming side. There's a free level, $9.99 a month, and $29.99 a month. Okay. The difference between the free level and the the free level and the $9.99 level is that with the free level, you can only restream to 5 places at one time.
Okay.
And you can only have one. You'd have to talk with Night Strike about the proper vernacular, but one like custom input or whatever.
One custom
right?
plugin. So
Yeah.
the 5.
So the problem is GunTube requires that, and Facebook Live requires that. So I had to have 2 customs. So I had to bump up a level, right?
Hold on.
But when I bumped up a level, it gave me the ability to restream to 10 at one time.
So the 5 that it gives you at the lower level, is it the 5 they pick, or you pick the 5?
You get to pick the 5 out of this big, huge list. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you didn't care about Facebook Live, you could get by with the free level.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and then what was the $29 level?
And if you were okay with just having 5 total.
Yeah.
And then the $29.99. That's a good question, G.
Is it like another custom?
Yeah, I'm looking. Hang on.
Because we're gonna need some more customs here coming up.
Yeah, I didn't look at that, but let me bring it up.
Thing is, I don't know what the difference is between.
Yes. Instead of 2, you can do 5.
Oh shit.
And it's unlimited restreams. So you could
how many
1,000 platforms or whatever, as long as they had the capability to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So, all right. Yeah, Clover, we wish you the best, bro. I mean, it sucks. I'm really bummed out to see you have to deal with this.
What the fuck? Sorry. Everybody else gets these community strikes. Everybody's like, okay, whatever. And then Clover gets like, oh, please, oh, please, oh.
What? Who? What?
Oh, Clover. Oh.
He's still mad about sausage and pepperoni or something. I don't know.
Grown man.
So, G, what's going on with you? You got a van chat after this, so go over and see G. Also, I'm sure you'll do this, but let us know when the Gear Websites is up and running again, and we can order some stuff. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do a silent rollout.
All right.
Silent open, but I'll do now. I'll make an announcement because you asked me.
Dog, what's going on with you?
Nothing too much. I started 2 new series where I'll be making videos every week responding to the idiocy we see on Reddit involving the dog world, and news stories about dogs throughout the week. If you are interested in dog care, come on over to muscledogmafia.com. Check us out. We have all kinds of free information. It's there for you. We have a free forum. And yeah, if you want to buy my book, help support me, then you can buy the book there also. And right now, if you buy the book, we're using the Gun Channel's link, so G gets a cut too.
Very cool. Patriot, you're still busy, yeah?
I'm just relaxing. I'm just watching everything go by. But yeah, try to put out some stuff here and there. Just counting videos. That takes all my time now.
If you haven't done a blind challenge, get off your ass and do it, right?
Yeah, it's we broke 30, 33, I think is what I'm at now. So get up to 50 and then start it all over. Get something
awesome.
better.
Yeah.
So it's cool. just to help you guys out get better content, you know.
No, it is. It's a it's almost like it's almost being at a clinic, learning how to. It's just one more thing that help you do a good job in your videos and stuff. It really is. Just knowing you and knowing what you're dealing with was a big motivator in how people do. How a lot of us do videos, and then to kind of take it to the next step is really awesome. So it's very cool. Ozark's here. Time to go. Roll call. You still with us?
Yeah, I'm hanging out.
That's cool. So what's going on with you? Well, maybe.
And I got.
There you are.
Yeah.
You cut out there. Start over. You cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got some videos I'm going to be rolling out here for the beginning of the week. And in the middle of the week, I did a bunch of pre-videos. So be looking for those on the Roll Call 219 channel on YouTube. And I'm going to do Patriots Blind Challenge video tomorrow night. So that one will be coming out here. And I might just throw that out there during the week too, just for a little bit more fun content that I do. I got my 300 subscriber giveaway coming up.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm waiting for some stuff in the mail, and whenever G-Webs gets his stuff up, if it's anytime soon, before we hit 300, I'm going to order some stuff from there to throw into the swag pack. So, be looking for that one. And then you can just catch me on the guntube.org. You can catch me on Gunstreamer, and then here on YouTube. And I got an open invitation to Clovertack if he wants to jump on Wednesday night for Rants and Raves. I like to put his face out there as much as possible and give the middle finger to YouTube. They're not going to censor people, and they're definitely not going to censor a dude that I've learned so much from over the course of the time being on YouTube. It's not fair, and I can understand why some people get a strike, but like people like G and like Clover, that's bullshit, and I ain't standing for it. I did a hashtag, I stand with Clover. So yeah, fuck YouTube, man. That's rotten business. That's bad business. You're affecting someone who's trying to make a difference in the community around him and the community in the virtual world. So shame on you, YouTube, you son of a guns, you. And
dirty rotten so-and-sos.
You dirty rats. You struck my brother. So yeah, just go check me out. Go subscribe if you haven't. And come check me out at my gun shop if you're in the area. I'll sell you a gun.
Sell you some freedom and freedom accessories.
For sure.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. If there's everybody wants to do a little quick video, let's get the word out, let people know, hook, back behind Clover, just like we did for Matt, just like they did for Jaeger, for Christ's sakes. Do it for everybody. So I want to get out there and do that. If check me out on on Gunstreamer, over on the Gun Tubes and Instagram. So having a lot of fun with Instagram. It's been neat being able to interact with people during the day. It's kind of fun. It's a good chance too if you want to check out some sort of behind the scenes stuff with me. I've been trying to throw up some pictures every once in a while of some stuff I'm working on at the restaurant, or just some raw products, or some little tips and tidbits. It's kind of fun. if there's anything, and always, if there's anything you guys want to see, if there's anything you're curious about, let me know. The Instagram is kind of neat because it gives me a chance to do little sort of clips or little pictures of stuff. So if there's anything that you guys are interested in seeing, let me know. Maybe I can use that platform too for some education for you, or whatever I guess you can call it education. So until next time, thank you. I'll see you guys. Go over and check out G. He's got a van chat going on. I'm not sure if it's set up yet, but if not, I'm sure it will be close soon. All right. Thanks, guys.